But yeah, I don't know what actually happened there. That was a mystery to me.
Yeah. It's one of life's great mysteries, that, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Yeah.
Oh Christ, we're live.
We are.
We are. Sunday Vape Lounge is here. Hello,
yes.
folks.
We are back.
Hello.
Hello for how long is anyone's guess?
Yeah.
I don't know. Zombie apocalypse could happen in the morning. We might not be here this time tomorrow night.
Here, you've watched. Hiya, Liam. Hiya, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Hi, Liam. Long time no see.
You're the one that's watched all those Walking Dead things. You know what to do in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah. Aye, leave the zombies to me. I'll sort them out.
Good.
Headshots are the way to go.
Hiya,
hi Ian. Hi, Bill.
How's the audio sounding? How's the video looking? And how's anything else looking? How am I looking? Am I lovely?
I thought you were going to do one of those like really dodgy nipple rub things there for a minute. Just no, sorry.
What? A TVP?
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh no, please don't. No.
My t-shirt.
No, there's just some things this bunny doesn't need to see, and that's one of them.
You do that.
No, please don't. No, that is just so mentally disturbing.
How's it going? Sound and video is good.
Nice, thank you, Liam.
Thank you, Liam. At least there's somebody out there in the chat world that actually does listen.
Yeah, I know.
Thank
but
you.
Yeah, we're all good. I hope you're keeping well, Liam. Not seen you for ages, man. Hiya, William.
Nipple what? Are you William Murphy? Nipple what? Sorry.
Yeah, don't ask. Seriously, William, don't ask.
Nipple rub.
Yeah.
Oh, so been a while since we've been here.
Yeah.
So, how have you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Can't I complain? Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
How are you,
how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Can't I complain. Well, I could, but no bugger had listened, so.
I seriously need to get my glasses, but I'm not going into the cart for them. There we go.
Yeah, aye. No, it's been a bit of a rough week. My wee dog died last week, so I've just not had a good week. The house is so quiet without him.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So. Okay. It is what it is, unfortunately. And then I was really shocked and to hear then about Tony as well. So.
Tony's in a much better place now.
Oh yeah. I know we've been sort of waiting on it happening for a while now, but it's still, it's still a shock when it happens. So, but yeah, he's not suffering anymore. But yeah, definitely hashtag Team Tony for the win.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liam.
But it's times like that it shows you the vape community coming together. Hiya, Colette.
Hi, Colette.
The vape community coming together for that. And then you have another example of the vape community coming together after a big office got robbed.
Yes, that was absolutely fantastic how everybody pulled together to help Vic out, during that. But yeah, thankfully that's all been sorted. He's got his security system up and running, and everything's all good now.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Not good. I hope you feel better soon, John.
Yeah, hopefully.
It was a pleasure putting you as a shout out on my video. So.
Yeah.
Hi, Jude.
Hiya, Jude.
So I might as well ask you while you're there.
Yeah.
What are you wearing? What are you vaping on?
Well, as you can see, I'm sporting a rather fetching dressing gown. I'm having a pajama day today. But yeah, vape-wise, that was the dodgiest bloody question ever. Okay, moving on. Vape-wise, I have got the Hot Sig RSQ with the Goon 1.5 on top. In that, I have some really rather nice fruity peach strawberry from Savage E-Liquid. Oh my god, that stuff is amazing.
I don't remember trying that one.
Oh yeah. I actually forgot I had that one. and I was just looking through my stash, looking for something different, and I seen that, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm just in a wee fruity mood. And I've also got the top side with the dead rabbit on top of that, and that I've got some of the homebrew dark berry cider. And on charge at the minute, I have the iJoy Katana kit in pod mode with Elements Pink Lemonade and Salt. That's me.
Awesome.
Right. So what about you?
Right, you better in some sort. You better be in some riot squad with that T-shirt on.
Yeah, you'd think so, Michelle, wouldn't you? You know, he's sporting the merch. You know, you'd think he would at least be using the riot squad e-liquid to go along with it.
Negative. Why? Oh, hang on. Before I move on and go on to what I'm vaping on, can I just ask, what the hell with all these YouTube names changing? Right,
have you not seen that app? That, you know, that name tests game thing that everybody's doing at the minute? There's one on that is called What's Your Sexy Name? And her scene is a cowboy because apparently he can ride like stink and looks good in leather.
Okay. I've seen Gail's got one, and I've seen Gail come up with tea cake or something. What was I can't even remember Gail's one now. I was just on one of the shows the other night on YouTube that people were typing, just like saying, I was like, what the hell? And there's Knowles coming in. That's just what reminded me, just saying Knowles was no cowboy eat instead of first scene.
Yeah.
Demo vids available upon request. No thank you.
No thanks, Hershey. No. There's not enough mind bleach in the world to cure me from that.
Tell me, man, mate.
Tootsie Roll, that was Gail's.
That's the one. Gail's was Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll. Michelle was Bad Kitty, that's right. Yeah, I had such a good laugh because my Facebook timeline was just filled up with everybody, you know, and their sexy names, and I was wetting myself reading some of them. They were hilarious.
I mustn't be friends with all these people because that didn't. Yeah. Right, what am I vaping on?
Yes, what are you vaping
on? That's a bad sound.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
That just means the rage is empty, so I'm not basically vaping. I was vaping Yorkshire Vapors Old Faithful Cool Blue in that. It's their taking Heisenberg, I'm guessing. Got up not long off Ken's cast last night.
Damn, I forgot about Ken's charity thing last night. I was out with friends last night, so I completely forgot all about that.
And St. Lee's Titanic sea makes most people moist.
Yes, I'm not going there. Yeah, we'll say nothing on that, I think.
I've also got my Strider.
Oh, I love that mod.
Also to go with my old school reviews.
Hey, Jules.
Hiya, Jules. To go with my old school reviews I seem to be doing at the moment. I've got the Kenzai on top. It's a beautiful blue jumper.
I know, that is so gorgeous.
And in there I've got Reggae Juice Monkey Man.
Oh, that stuff's awesome.
Pina colada. But look.
Yeah. Oh, it's nearly finished. No.
And then also going really old school. I'll hide the tank for the moment. We've got the Inikin Oceanus.
Uh-huh.
And on top, now, people, I'm warning you, your eyes are going to be burned.
Okay.
Oh, Bell's going to die. Oh, Bell, I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. Your eyes are going to be burned.
Right, what have you on top? You broke that out of retirement. Oh my god.
We've actually got it wicking properly for a change, so it's not pissing out everywhere.
Oh, you have it in rebuildable mode then?
Yeah.
Nice. And how is it?
It's actually, because I have started vaping that previously,
It's the big tasty bubblegum menthol. And I wasn't, little smoke shite, I wasn't getting much of the bubblegum. All I was getting was the menthol. And I had it in the, what did I have it on? I had it in the Bonza. And I also had it on Bravo. And it wasn't, I still wasn't getting it. But actually, in this, I'm getting the bubblegum. It's like bubblegum menthol, it's like menthol chewing gum.
Nice.
I switched my wicks, how are you?
Hey, Switch.
How long are you on for? Should be home in 45 minutes, I could jump on. Yep, you're very welcome to. You've got my VC, so just give me a shout up when you're home or here for another hour and 15 minutes-ish, or we just go to whenever people get
We'll
bored.
just wing it. We'll just wing it.
Menthol is evil. Actually, believe it or not, menthol may normally be easy, but this one is actually a nice menthol. Unlike...
Is it menthol or is it mint?
It's menthol.
It's like a bubble gum that's usually mint.
No, it's bubblegum menthol. It's not mint. It's bubblegum menthol.
Oh, right, okay.
But see this stuff?
Mm.
Beautiful to vape for the first couple of times because it's like a grapefruit lemon.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's a sweet grapefruit, not like the pink one.
Yeah.
It's like that with sugar on it. But the lemonade is freezing.
Really?
Too much colada. Far too much colada in it.
Emily would like that one. She likes ones with lots of colada in them.
She should try that then. She should definitely try that. Yeah, Bill's coils are fantastic.
Yeah, Ian, it is a bloody cold one today.
And I just want to say as well that, yes, even though I may be sponsored by Bill, I still paid for my coils. Cost price. It's just TVP had a post up saying that Bill's supplying all his coils for his stuff and everything else. But they are awesome coils, folks. Anybody out there, you probably all coils anyway.
I have to admit, Bill's coils are absolutely amazing. I have a set of Mech Aliens in my FP that I've had in there since September. And they're still going strong.
The Mech ones are, it's surprisingly the FP rocks the Mech ones immensely. So.
Yeah, but yeah, he sent me some new coils. I got them last week, so a couple of different ones that I've not tried yet. So I'll have to, find out what I want to re-wick and recoil and give them a blast and see how good they are.
Awesome. What's anybody out in vape world? Anybody getting anything new, weird, astounding? Keep in mind, I forget to order more coils off Bill.
Well, Liam is on the Purge Mech mod with Titanic mixed up SS Kali / Purple Slush and the Nage 330 with Palmberry Blast.
Ooh. And Michelle, it was a wee bit windy here last night. That was inside the house.
Were you making yourself cry again?
No, I haven't been so bad this week. But I did have a kebab on Friday night.
Yeah. That explains the windy room last night then? Yeah.
Sainty, topside recurve and...
Fuck knows what's in it. Only you, Sainty.
Jules has been rocking Bill's coils for quite a while now. I'm very impressed with them.
Yeah, Jules, I don't blame you, sweetheart. They are absolutely amazing. Bill does an excellent job. Hey, a Sinner.
Hi, Sinner.
How are you?
Who wants to rework all my stuff? I'm terrible. I send them across, Michelle. I'll do it for you. I'm not saying it'll be any good like that.
No, because Roy's wicking's not the best. If you want them wicked properly, send them me back.
Wait, what's wrong with my wicking?
Yeah, it's not as good as mine. Sorry, it's not. I'm a shite coiler, but no, I can wick, not a problem. Whereas you're the opposite. You're a better coiler than you are a wicker.
I don't think that anymore. Right.
Yeah, you saw it here first, guys. I think I've triggered him.
I'll probably have to disappear to go and blast these coils under cold water. Or shall I put new coils in? No, what's this? This is the Bonza. They aren't that old. Mind you, it was a very sweet juice in the Bonza set.
Yeah, you'll have to remember to fill up that bottle too before you do anything.
Jules Mama Vape, there's a set of interlocked Freeling and Stevie's parcel for you.
Yeah, he sent me a set of those as well. That's the ones that I'm going to be really interested to try.
And where's mine? Oh well. I'm not a girl, I don't have boobs. Right, Jules.
I am a girl and I don't have boobs either. What are you talking about?
Jules, shush now. Jules, shush. Shush.
Jill outside, mule near on top with great lemonade in. Oh. Are you getting on with the Jewel? I hear very good things about the Jewel.
I get told. Really quick was that
silly, probably.
Makes substance. Hot water, Roy, not cold water. Yes, I do hot water, Bill. That's all I ever do is hot water.
Yeah, Billy's not an amateur.
And it's boiling hot water that I use, actually, because my taps are roasting. But, yeah, I get told yesterday, someone told me yesterday that that vape shop you went to in Glasgow, Laborize,
yeah,
was doing a special deal for the top side, 60 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were telling me this about 1:30, 2:15. Then back, I was just all getting excited and going to get home, get onto the laptop, to go and buy something, to go and buy one. Yeah. Then they tell me it finished at 1 o'clock. So, yeah.
Keep an eye on Sully's Facebook page though, because he puts offers like that on all the time. And then, so he does stuff like that quite regularly.
Then I messaged Barry at Andrew Barry, you got a topside Jewel? Yeah, I had none left.
Yeah, they're flying off the shelves at the minute.
Yeah, he came back and said, yeah, I have. And then he went back. I went, Barry, have you got topside Jewel in yet? He goes, yeah, I have. I was getting all excited, ready to go to Antrim. None left.
Yeah, Bill's got a topside Jewel, sorry, I read that wrong. He's got to get a topside Jewel. Yeah. Well, I absolutely love this. Absolutely adore this mod. It is fantastic. So I'm actually toying with the idea of getting a Jewel as well.
Have to move cast screen in a wee bit. Oh, where do you want to go, Bunny? In the middle? Oh.
Hi!
What's going on? Wait.
I'm sure everybody will recognise that.
You're all wrapped up like an Eskimo. Is it cold?
I'm cold as shit today.
I'm sure everybody will recognise that voice before they even hit the screen. Oh my god!
Yeah. He looks like he's about to set out in his exploration of the South Pole.
Yeah, I've been eating for the past 6 months. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Can you hear yourself?
No.
Okay, cool. That's nice.
Hiya, Gail. There's my bitchin'. Yo.
Hiya, Gail. Window capture.
Hello, Michelle. 2 minutes. Get me juice.
There we go. He's on screen.
Well, his empty chair is at the minute. Yeah, he's back.
How is life?
Yeah, not too bad.
Long time no see, dude.
See, no long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Good New Year? Everything good?
Yeah. Great time, New Year. Christmas was quiet, but New Year made up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a...
Are you Jerry?
I had a quiet Christmas, quiet New Year, but 2019's banging along.
Yeah.
It's just getting better.
Hello, Noel. Hello, everyone in chat. Liam. It's good. It's good.
Mr. Dribbly.
Yeah, things have been a bit sort of up and down for me the last few months, but hopefully things will start to improve soon. I'm not dead yet, as they say.
Hello, Jules. Hello, Andy.
It's my boy Dwayne.
Hey.
My boy Dwayne.
My boy Andy.
Hiya, Jay.
I see they still can't spell your name properly either. They keep putting that E on the end.
Yep. It's fine.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes, Phil, you legend.
Hiya,
I
son.
can't wait for the coils. Well, I can. I can't wait to sit down.
Oh, Dwayne, you're going to be so pleased with Bill's coils. They are amazing.
I've been hibernating for so long, Bill.
Just getting the logo sorted on your mod. Oh, yeah.
You getting your own custom, are you?
Device?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just waiting on that.
Nice.
Bill, I'm needing to speak to you after this show.
I take it you're getting one as well then.
As long as he can do it the way, as long as he does it the way that's where the cutouts in the proper place.
Well, you know, like last year was on about like how we got all the sponsored, and then it was on about the custom mods because you said he made the custom mods and calls, and that was the same night I sorted it all out, I think. So
Nice.
obviously that was like December, so that was busy time. So obviously waiting on the PCs and whatnot
Yeah.
to build it.
Yeah, Jules, whenever you get to Gail's, make sure and give her an extra big hug and tell her it's from me.
For Gail.
Hi! Cheeky. But
Gonna make
yeah,
some
Gail's
scones.
just going to make some scones. Lexi's very excited, yes.
Awesome scones.
Lexi sits in front of the oven and drools until the scones come out. She loves her scones.
I've decided I'm gonna be lazy today and order food. The only day instead of cooking.
I'm not actually going to be lazy today. I've actually got a fajita pack downstairs. I've put out and got chicken, so I'm going to make chicken fajitas.
Oh, nice.
I'm not good. I was gonna possibly train today, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just not make it for me today.
Dwayne,
Well, I'm making a pot of stew.
can we just ask what you're wearing today?
I am wearing a Nike hat. Okay, I've got my neck scarf and I've got a poncho on. Ponchos are so sick.
Awesome.
Nice.
Can't worn it in a while, so I thought I'm gonna put it on.
Okay, so we've done what he's eating. Let's see. What do you have for breakfast? I'm joking. What are you vaping on?
What did I have for breakfast? Don't
What-
tell you.
What are you vaping on?
Just water. I didn't have like no breakfast, so just water. What I'm vaping, well, devices first. So I'm on the Purge with the drop RD on. I haven't used a drop in a while, so I thought, I do miss a drop.
I do like that words though.
The Orion, the Lost Vape Orion, the new one, not with the DNA chip, the one without it.
Ah.
So that one in there, and then the topside jewel with the Rebirth, and then Baker's Fog, the Blueberry Ripple for juice. That's in the topside, and the Wild, which is actually, this is a Snicker bar flavor in this, and then I had to get this liquid again because you know when you just reminisce on liquid and like I've got to get this again. I have to. It is the Blueberry Crumble from Verdict, the Mega juice.
Nice.
That is so nice. It's just nice, and that's actually it.
Awesome. See, Andy, UK Andy just put in there, some news came out last night that Grim Green will be at October Expo.
Nice.
Like, why not me?
That can actually be the Expo. I know I'm planning on going to May Expo, but if plans don't work out or things change, everything else. Gail, take care. See you later.
See you later, Gail babes.
I will be going to October Expo. Might catch up with Mr. Grim Green.
Yeah, I met Grim 3 years ago. Hell of a nice guy. So it'd be nice to catch up with him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scaly Box it is.
Right. Am I going to be controversial or not? Will it be?
I still like pre-booked my hotel, so just in case I'm still gonna go, I wanna go, man.
Yeah, my hotel's still there, and you can cancel it up to 24 hours.
Because it was on about it last time, wasn't we? Like if I go early, meet you lot in Liverpool, and then go from there.
Mhm.
Yes. Should I be controversial or not, Bunny? You know what I'm talking about.
At the end of the day, it's entirely up to you. I think it's been hashed to death already, but it's entirely up to you.
I haven't seen that much of it, but I don't think it's hashed to death. But it's just, I don't want to fall out with anybody because of it. But I was a wee bit miffed whenever Chris Empire Vape Co, I class as a friend, put a video out about Subway magazine.
I've just watched that.
Okay, you've just watched it. Can you remember what he said was the first advert that he's seen?
Blue.
The first advert.
The what? Sorry.
The first juice advert.
Oh, the juice. No, I can't remember.
Yeah. Well,
I just remember mainly seeing like the.
As far from what I can remember, he said it was Jack Rabbit's salts. So that one.
Okay.
Now, the whole way through the magazine is just littered with vape stuff. So the very inside cover has got that white stuff, which is vape related. Then you've got all this stuff to do with El Cheapo, is their takeover, so you expect that to go. But then you've got just advert there, which is Rockstar. Then you go over a couple more pages. The Yorkshire Vapor.
Yep.
Then you've got the Subhome stuff. Then you've got the Cooper's Run. Then you get the Jack Rabbit Nick Salt stuff. But then you get the pod systems. Now, I honestly don't care who they're made by. Pod systems are vapeable products. I'm sure there's not many people out there that didn't take the up the big offer of the My Blue, which was £1. Bonnie, you got one, didn't you?
I did.
They were at Expo. There was nothing said about My Blue being at Expo. Then you go on to the next page, which is the Logic Compact. Again, it's a fully vapeable device with flavours. Then you get, which is probably the closest to being controversial, because it does mention IQOS, but that's just the brand name they've used for it. But it's the IQOS Mesh, which is again a vapeable product with flavours. And then you've got the Vape, which is quite mainstream because it's in most shops. They're being sold in most shops.
I think actually that was the point of all of those pod systems being advertised in Subhome like that, is because those are easily accessible. Those items, you go into any shop, they've got the blue stuff, they've got the Vape. A lot of shops, more so in England than over here, a lot of local shops over there sell the IQOS stuff.
Yeah.
It's easily accessible. Somebody going in to get a bottle of milk in the morning thinks, oh yeah, I need to get pods. They're there. They're handy. They're easily accessible. Is it really such a big deal that Big Tobacco are starting to come out with vape devices? There's a market there.
Mm-hmm. And I've always
Big Tobacco are losing money because people are turning to vaping. So this is them supplementing their income by using, by cornering a market. That's all they're doing. I don't see the issue with it.
But that's what all businesses have to do. All businesses have to adapt. At the end of the day, Big Tobacco, as much as we hate Big Tobacco and everything else because they're pumping out cigarettes, which are horrible and everything else, but we all smoke, so we can't be hypocritical and say, get rid of Big Tobacco. We all smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the majority of us smoked. So therefore, but they employ people. At the end of the day, they have people who expect a wage coming home. They need to adapt and change the world for them to be to the way that they need to. Mm-hmm. To me, also what they bring is money. They've got the financial backing to help take on Big Pharma. If Big Pharma is going to start eating into their profits even more by saying you cannot produce vapes, you cannot produce flavoured vapes and this, that and the other, it's going to leave it in a stage where they're going to go, well hang on a minute, we're losing money because people are stopping smoking, we're then helping them stop smoking by getting them vapes, and now you're trying to take that away from us. they're going to fight back.
The thing is, though, Big Tobacco and Big Pharma have been in each other's pockets for years.
I think that's going to change, though. That's going to change. If Big Tobacco start moving on to vapes, that is going to change, because big pharmas don't want to.
See, I don't mind the pod systems really. I don't know how this is going to go with this magazine being out.
But I
think I'm just going to wait till, let's see where the mixed reviews come from now from everyone else besides just one person, do you know what I mean? If it goes down the wrong route, then I think it's just the look, how it looked in the magazine. So obviously you got all the pod systems, but with Blue, Logic and Vape, I've seen them go in our own shop, and if it's stopping people smoking, fair enough. I think the big one was IQOS, because the route that they taken first was quite bad. But
I think one of the main issues that got everybody so riled up was that all the pod systems featured were owned primarily by Big Tobacco.
Now, knowing about Subohm magazine is what I do. Subohm magazine only gets printed when they have the funds to print. So if this guy, Dave, what's his name? Dave Shiverton Hunt, has written all these reviews for those systems, is it not possible that Subohm then approached these other companies and say, look, do you want to advertise in the magazine? We're going to be running these reviews. So if they're paying for they've then paid for the adverts to go in, which there is an advert at each page, because this bit here is the advert. This bit here is your review.
Yeah.
And they're put together probably because of that way, and it's a way of selling it. It's a way of selling that page advert to that company, saying, look, we're going to put it beside a review for your product. So if they don't sell advertising space, they can't send out an issue, because I know from waiting on my FP review getting put into a magazine, which it was supposed to be in October, but then it was sort of more around December time because they didn't have the funds to produce the magazine. It costs an awful lot. Like, they sent out 10,000 copies of that, and you think 10,000 copies printed, it's a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah. Michelle, I agree with you there. Definitely, I'd rather have Big Tobacco on our side than against us.
Yeah.
And they
again, with the Blue, the Logic, and at least, I know to big tobacco companies, but at least they're on a route of not, like IQOS, the heated, treated, not burned.
But then again, Bill's got a good point there as well. They could have, by all means, advertised all four of those products, but they could have sort of mixed it up with other, purely vape dedicated pod systems.
Okay, they may not have had the reviews. B, it may have been a condition of getting the advertising space sold, which I have no issue. If that had been an IQOS heat not burn product that had been advertised, now I would have been singing off a different hymn sheet altogether. If I had been saying, well, hang on a minute, that's not, I don't believe, because Charlie has said he'll never feature heat not burn in his magazine, and the day that he does is the day that I'd fall out with him over it, and I'd have to go and get my tattoo covered. Yeah, I do have a Subohm tattoo, and I'm proud of my Subohm tattoo, and I will be, and I'm proud to say that Subohm magazine sponsored me. And if I felt strongly about it, they don't. It's not like the sponsorship does anything for me, because it hasn't. They've never sent me anything. I've had a few battery wraps off and everything else, and a couple of t-shirts. Well, I'm not looking at it. It's just the fact that I like the magazine. I've been a subscriber to the magazine for about a year.
Would it make a difference if he put the heat treated not burn in the magazine, but talking about the problems with this situation going into the vape community type of industry? So I mean, if he was explaining it, if he had the IQOS, the heat treatment in the magazine, but not advertising it as, oh, get this device, do you know what I mean? He's saying this basically shouldn't be in this industry, do you know what I mean? This is what's in it. When Chris Empire put the video up and then a woman was trying it and she had a lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, it showed the problem, the situation was going on, but putting that in the book. Do you know what I mean?
And no, I totally disagree with you. They're just trying to make themselves buck by making a proprietary pod system. And people.
No, but do you know what I mean? Explaining the problems, not as in promoting it. Do you know what I mean? It looks like it's been promoted, but they're just explaining what's in the system itself, but not like making people buy it. You know, it's giving like negativity to them. Yeah. I
totally agree. I'm just reading some of the chat comments there. Noel thinks Big Pharma, just because they've made it a proprietary pod system to the rights for
Big Tobacco, Roy. Not Big Pharma.
Big Tobacco, sorry, my apologies. But it's really one of those where, it's quite a few of them make proprietary pod systems where you can't refill it, or the ones that you can refill, you can refill it maybe 2-3 times, and then you're going to have to buy another pod, and it's their own pod system. You're going to have to go. It's all about making money. And Michelle's got a new pod system there, I think, judging by what Ryan has been saying.
Yeah, she got the Nautilus AIO in purple as well.
Just
to tease me some more.
So I saw that Instagram post where she put it up.
Get one of them next, Michelle. They're good. Plus, with not the DNA chip in, is cheaper for people.
What's that? Get the what?
The Orion.
Orion.
There you go.
I have to say, as far as pod kits go, I'm loving the Katana for my joy.
Yeah.
I absolutely that wee thing is just spot on.
I just liked how the company Lost Vape just took out the chip and put their own in, just make it people cheap, because alone for the DNA chip, and then you can put like memory mode and whatnot in it, a replay mode, that's 60 quid for the pod alone, and you're paying like shy of a tenner for the capsule, so that's expensive. When they just did this one, you're paying like 30 to 40 pounds.
Generally,
I really like the look of that SX mini pod thing that's doing the rounds at the minute.
Yeah, I ain't seen that yet. The only last thing I've seen from the SX Mini was the Squonker.
Ryan, stop teasing me. Purple
Take it, Ryan's in the shop.
Must be.
Michelle's got that cola shades. Dinner Lady's cola shades.
That cola shade is lovely.
It is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And the Blackberry Crumble and their next salt range is amazing.
It's not too fussed on the lemon tart. It doesn't taste very lemony tarty.
Oh no, I like the lemon. I've just finished a bottle of the lemon tart in that.
My Breeze 2 broke Jules. The purple drop dead is pretty sexy.
Yeah. Yes, Ryan, the purple drop dead is on my to buy list.
Oh, I thought you had it. I thought you had it just now.
No, that's the dead rabbit.
Oh, right.
So get the purple dead rabbit, but I have it. The purple drop dead is a darker, more metallic purple, and it is really, really pretty. And yeah, I've so got to get that because I reckon that would look really good sitting on top of my hex.
No, it wouldn't.
Is it kind of like that purple? Oh shit.
Oh, I've got one of those. I've got the full kit of that.
What is that?
The APOC.
Apocalypse, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dark purple.
I got the full kit. I got the mech, the tube mech as well.
So yeah. It's nice.
Ryan said 30 quid and it's yours, Bunny.
Yeah, Ryan, if I had 30 quid, mate, that would be going straight into your bank account, but unfortunately I don't right now.
No, it wouldn't be his bank account, it would be Jay's bank account.
I would send it to Ryan, and he can pass it on. Because that was... Ryan's a wee sweetheart, actually, because he hooked me up with some coils from a Mesh Pro. So he did, because none of the local shops over here stock them. And Ryan said that he had some and sent me them, and yes, I just love him.
I love him too. My son.
Yeah, you have to say that. You're his dad.
I don't have to say. I could say I could disown him, but no.
Call it 25, Ryan. Call it 25. Sell it less. Pay 25 for the idea and you. Sell for 20.
Yeah.
There you go. What's everyone else vaping on? I haven't seen anyone else's. What are you all vaping on?
Hey, Steve, Dave.
Well, I'm just re-waking up the bottles.
And Steve, just, that purple lexicon, I hate you because I want that kit.
Steve did. He's not showing my live chat. I've got live chat on.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, BH is there.
Yeah. Oh, there he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, you got extra special kiss on the box from me too. That's why it's so extra. What? Oh, you get the extra. He kisses it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunny's hex apparently still traumatized, Brian, from you licking it.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, it's tucked up in bed right now. With a cup of hot chocolate, feeling ill.
Your hex homes.
Yeah, I got a limited edition Suicide Bunny Hexome at Expo a couple of years back, and everybody has been sort of trying to steal this mod off me. And Ryan had came across here for a holiday last year, and we went to a Vape meet. And while he was there, while I wasn't looking, apparently he lifted my hex and licked it.
It wasn't a wee lick either. He went.
It was a full on.
He actually went like this.
Oh,
He went. Hang on. He went like this.
Yeah. Apparently, him and my hex got very up.
I'm back down. What the heck?
I'm back down. Not just up, but back down.
Yep.
He licked the full length.
Yeah. Permanently traumatized Ryan. Yeah.
Right, Jules, take it easy.
See you later, Jules. Remember, give Gail that big hug.
I'd have to throw my hex and skip if I got
Jay Jarry's on the Vaping Goon 24 iStick Chica with Pinkman clone.
There's 2G class. Is that what you're vaping on right now? Jesus.
He's got Rage, 2G classes, 2Q minis, SL, the Dreamer, with a Lip 1.5, Goon 1.5, 2 Dead Rabbits, and a gear.
Did
Nice
someone
one, Bill.
screenshot that? No, they didn't. We haven't got Aries in.
Yeah, you can bet your ass that somebody will go back on the replay and screenshot that.
That's why I put the replay up.
They bloody well did it to me.
That's why I put the replay up. I don't care. But yeah. But no, things could be, as I said on the last show last week, things are starting to move, and I'm going to have to probably maybe move out of this wee man cave and move things about and everything else. So.
Are you having to relocate your office?
Maybe. I don't know.
Have you decided where you're going to relocate to?
Oh yeah,
it's not like you've got no space or anything.
I know. But there's too much echo in here, and I can't be bothered getting lots of sound deadening.
Soundproofing.
So, but I've tried it in the big bedroom next door, and it actually sounds better if I put it in at the window because it's got a lower ceiling, just at the window. Good afternoon, Mr.
Hi, Andy.
Hello, Andy. Right, just get like a backboard, right, and get what are they called? Soundproof, but there's a word. Is it xylophone? Anyway,
styrofoam.
Some shit like that.
But
just get a backboard because in case some people are a bit queer with the wall, in case it strips a wall, so just get a backboard, stick it all on, and then
Right, can I just show you something with this room, Dwayne? Watch. Right, I am 6 foot. I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I stand and touch something, if I stand and do that, I can touch the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still another 2 foot to the ceiling. On top of me. It's a 10-foot high ceiling.
The ceilings are really high, I have to say.
They're 10-foot high ceilings, so it's that causes a lot of the issue.
Yeah.
But
just position a few of them. Just do like a 3x3. It could do a 6x6. It depends what size. And then where you're facing, put it against a wall if there's a wall there. Or it could be a window. I don't know. Put it there. Put one behind.
He's gone completely elitist. He's got a shed and everything, or a summer house, if you want to be really pedantic about it. But
I've got a summer house out there, and also you're such a giant.
Massive big shed, bloody garage and everything. If the house that he used to live in could just fit inside his garage.
That's the thing. There's nobody. Oh no, I was going to say nobody vapes in the garage, but Switch My Wicks, who'll be joining us shortly when she gets home.
Yeah, she's got a bar in her garage though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
6'3".
Yeah, full on proper
Must
bar.
make you about the tallest vapor. No, there is taller. They're slightly taller than me. I seen at Expo, but no, I am one of the tallest. I'm not tall. Whenever solo, first time at Expo, and of course little bro
You use him as
vapes.
an armrest.
little bro vapes. He's quite big and tall and everything else. You kind of seen him, and I stand talking to him, and I goes, "Where's Mark?" He goes, "Beside you." What? Oh. I was so embarrassed. It's not a shed. It's a summer house, Summerfield. And I've got the shed's a big bit at the back, which I think over the summer I'm going to buy insulating panels, insulate it all out, probably build a bar in it, and put a pool table in there.
Yeah, proper man cave.
And build a proper man cave. Yeah.
Man cave. Yeah. That's it. We ain't seen him again.
Barbecue in the summer. Happy days. Party at Roy's house, folks.
It's like I put soundproof in front of me, so like it'll bounce back to me. But I haven't put anything behind me because I was debating whether to put it like some more. I've got loads of them. It's like they're up here now. You can see it used to be flat, but they're up there now.
Mm.
And then if I'm doing down below, can you see it up there?
Oh, you're doing down below. Oh, why?
Yeah, full on now. I've gone in ham now. I've gone in ham on this. Like literally, I thought because I used to do down below here, like I used to use my blinds to like get some natural lighting. Or like looking back at it, I'm like, no, I don't like it no more. I just don't. To me personally, I like looking back at me. That's why I was like, that's like every time I say on at the end, if do you know what I mean? If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments so I can improve. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I look back at my own, and I'm like, I need to improve like alone. That's why I just went like on Paint. I just like got on like 2 different tripods. So front view now, I got a different tripod facing me instead of like this way. And then yeah, you can like I'll show you again. Like the rig setup now. That's a new one that goes to like horizontal, and my camera view's down. Got an extra light as well there. And mic setup. I'm putting the work in, man.
Bill, just before I remember, a certain John Nash, he's not on Facebook, would like to get in touch with you. What's the best way that, if you can send me through an email address, probably the best thing to do is an email address for him, and I'll pass it on to John for you, because I think he practically wants to buy some of your coils.
What? Basically me? Me or someone else?
No, that was to Bill.
Oh right, oh, confused, alright. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry, it was just a gap. And I had asked Chris. I had asked Chris did he want to come on, but he just woke up. He's worked 6 days straight. And all I can say to that, Chris, is I've worked 7 days straight.
Oh, come on, it's not a competition.
I know. Good afternoon, Conway. I didn't go out party the weekend. He did.
Hello, Conway.
Roy, get something like Cellulite insulation boards. They're easy cut with a simple wood saw with nothing safe and filling piece and plasterboard at the top. Thank you, Andy. And Michelle, what height are you? Michelle says she's going to feel like a midget at Expo.
Yeah, she's only about 5 foot, I think. She is, according to Gail. I've not met Michelle yet, but according to Gail, she is really, really tiny.
4 foot nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just shy of 6.
Yeah, so Michelle, be prepared for Roy to use you as an armrest.
Roy, you work in an office, that's not work. The vape shop's not work either. That's a hobby. But no, it's not. 137 centimetres.
Yeah, just to be awkward. What's that in feet and inches, love?
4'7".
We're proper old school here.
4 foot 7.
I don't even know.
I think.
137.
137.
No, is it 6 foot like
190. 190. Well, 6'3" is 191 a bit.
4'5", according to her saying.
4'5".
I'm converting a second room in the house to a workshop for the mod building. Get in there,
Nice.
Nice, Bill.
Well, I could do that. My garage, 4'6".
Oh my god.
Oh, what is this? This Viper. I don't know what it is, but it smells lovely.
You could climb up right with that height, man.
It's nearly swapping around. It's nearly
Yeah,
swapping the 4.
don't be saying that, Dwayne. You'll be getting right excited. Behave.
Climb me. Ooh.
Her saying 137 centimeters is approximate hobbit size.
Approximate.
Her seeing you call Michelle a hobbit. Michelle, are you going to stand for that? Or are you sitting? When you're standing?
I mean, there's some pros to it. I mean, like, if you're going to hide, then you easy.
Like a tree. I'll get my arms out. Oh, you can't see it. I thought you could see it. You can't.
That'd be a good one. Michelle and the Beanstalk and just climbing up. Right.
Go to that chair instead.
I know, right?
See that?
Yeah. Yep. I so need to get one of those.
Well, damn. That was a really bad impersonation. I'm sorry, Dwayne.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's cool, man. I've heard worse.
Yeah. Michelle says she can't be a hobbit. They have huge feet.
That's one thing I do know about Michelle. She's got size 1 feet.
1? Well, not specifically.
That would be epic because she could buy her shoes from the kids section and not be ripped off.
That's
No
true.
VAT. No VAT.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not. Some, like, you can still, depends on your size. If, like, what size is my mate? 9. Between 8 and 9 depends on shoe. And then in Castleford, there's like a Nike shoe shop. So what they do is you can get all the shoes there like cheaper than normal price because that's before the main.
That's the Nike outlet shop, isn't it?
132, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there quite a lot.
Because it's before tax. Everything's just before everything. So like, he like for Christmas he got me a pair of trainers early. And I was like, oh, these are nice. So he got me like £40, and I went like, I'm gonna go online and see how much they are, like through Nike. £140. I thought, no.
Yeah, we have an outlet store the next town over. Their stuff's pretty reasonable. I love outlet stores. We had a Adidas one as well, but it shut down a few months back, which I was gutted about. But the ones at Junction 32, I've been there quite a lot. My mum lives in Yorkshire, so
there's one shop around there as well that sells like most things. So you got Superdry and you've got other stuff like them in one shop, so it's just easier to just go in there.
Well, we had all the different ones. We have a Nike one, we had an Adidas one, there was a Reebok one. What's the other one? Is it New Balance?
Yeah.
I think they have one up at Junction 1 as well. So yeah, we've got quite a few.
It's good there. It's really good. I do like it. I need to go snowboarding there, man. I was waiting for like I'm not a winter guy, but I was waiting for it to snow, and it started snowing, but I thought it didn't snow enough. I was like, so I can just go out snowboarding. But I might go to Junction 32 because they have a slope there.
Yeah, they have the village there, the ski village. Yeah, that was a place I always kept meaning to go to. Anytime I was over with my mum, I always wanted to take my daughter there, but she's 18 now, so I don't think she'd be interested. But it was one of those things I wanted to do, just go have a bit of laugh.
Because you got all the food, like the restaurants inside as well. Which is nice.
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh.
So nice.
So, I've just put this into the Rage, which is King of Vapes Venom Viper.
Yeah. What's the flavour?
That's what I didn't know. That's what I'm looking up. Because I was getting certain things from it. And I was like, that's confusion because I've never tried anything with these 3 flavours in it before. Which is strawberries, blackcurrants and oranges.
Strawberry, blackcurrant and orange.
Yeah.
That sounds rather nice, actually.
I always think when someone's with orange in it, I feel like orange is going to be overpowering.
If it's a blood orange works better.
It's a blood orange. It definitely is a blood orange. I'm not picking up too much of the strawberry. It's the orange and the blackcurrant, which is really confusing me because on the inhale you get a lot of the blackcurrant, and then as you exhale it on your tongue, you're getting the orange. It is the blood orange. And if I do some out my nose just a little bit, you're getting a tinge of the strawberry.
Hmm.
So, and I was talking to somebody and they didn't believe me. If you exhale through your nose and your mouth differently, you get different flavours.
Yeah, that is pretty sick though.
Not just on this, but on just normal juices. If you take a draw now, then exhale all out through your mouth, you'll get some flavours. And then if you do it through your nose, you'll get different flavours. Hiya, Smurf.
Hello.
Hey, Smurf.
He came in like a
I would guess how long that took to get here.
How long did that take to get there?
And that's from the US as well.
Yeah. 2 weeks?
Nah, 5 days.
Bloody hell.
I don't know how.
Express delivery.
That's goddamn fast, man.
Talking about juices from the US of A.
Yeah. I was thinking, wait, what, a week or so, and the parcel came. I thought, it might be just
What's that one?
Kind juice.
What's that?
It's called Kind juice.
Okay.
And they're very big and it's all natural flavourings. It's max VG. There's no PG in it. And the flavourings that they use in it, and they use alcohol. It's a custard. It's called Custard's Last Stand, and it's a butterscotch custard with cognac.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the sound of that. You had me at butterscotch custard, but cognac?
Yeah.
Right. I'll read you a bit of the thing.
I'm not sure about that.
I think I even had kayak before.
Kind.
Well, Scotch custard, yeah. I know.
The blurb on this is amazing when you actually read the read the blurb, because I had to read it up on it because I've never heard of it before, and I've got it in for review. So, and normally I'm one of the ones I don't read blurb beforehand, but this I'm actually quite glad it did, because there's actually a little hint in it as well to do something with the juice. Custard Last Stand. Okay. Oh, why is it not going on to Custard Last Stand? Here we go. One of our creamiest flavour of all time combines the best three worlds: a butterscotch creme brulee, topped with a caramelised aged cognac glaze.
What the hell's cognac, man? I don't think I've even had it before.
It's like a brandy.
Yeah, it's a posh brandy.
After countless requests, we finally did it. Not your typical run-of-the-mill custard. This flavour was designed for the traveller, adventurer and explorer of worldly tastes. Our creamiest flavour combines butterscotch creme brulee topped with a caramelised aged cognac. So it's gluten-free, sugar-free, GMO-free, cruelty-free and dairy-free. All natural. What?
So much.
That's just weird.
Our vape juice nectars were formulated using only 3 ingredients: max VG, real flavour concentrates, and wild crafted sustainable non-GMO botanical extracts.
Is it vegan free? Might as well be.
Yeah, both flavourings we use are derived from only real fruit or plant-based materials with specific product ingredient list. Click here, giving our vape juice a very authentic and pure taste. Our nectar line is suitable for use across the board with practically all tanks and mods. Due to the fact that nectar line contains alcohol, we developed an exclusive and rigorous three-stage steeping process. This unique process involves at least 150 hours, that's over 6 days, that the nectars must go through before being bottled and made available. This method not only blends the flavouring into perfect marriage, but allows excess alcohol to evaporate off in the process. Although much of the alcohol used in the process is steeped off, it may not be suitable for individuals who are extremely sensitive to alcohol. But it goes on to say, and what you have to do is, although our flavours are ready to vape upon opening, much like fine wine, and depending on the length of time that the product has been bottled for, they may benefit from a short period of aeration. Aeration is when you leave the bottle open for 24 hours in a cool, dark and secure place. This short period solves 99% of any flavour issues that may be upon opening the bottle.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's so weird.
I'm urged to try it now.
So,
Not sure about the cognac, no.
so got that in for review. So that's quite interesting. There we go. And is Mr. Delegaff seen? Is it Mr. Delegaff?
No, Delegaff will not be there. Sure, if him and Jules are away down to see Gail and Zan.
All right.
I think Santi was just spamming the link out.
Mr.
Hiya, Chris.
Hiya, Chris. Finally out of bed.
Out of bed? What?
And Michelle's got a lasagna in the oven. Babe, I'm on my way.
Got some soul food today, man. What's going on, Chris?
Shoot. Guess you forgot to plug in your laptop.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, get that plugged in before it dies.
Where is the charger?
Yeah, switch, that's cool. You get yourself ready and then call in when you're ready.
There we go. That's better. Got light on the subject now. You can see what I'm doing. 10 minutes to get set up. Were you out on the beverages last night, Christoph?
Andy says you're a rookie.
Andy, it's not me if it was it's not me if it's not. Roy asked me to come on and he was asleep. Yeah. Yeah.
He was snoring.
Well, we'd have to ask the if he was snoring. For heaven's sake. The more the merrier. Just bring tequila with you and we're sorted.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What expo?
No. All right to Michelle's for some lasagna. And she says we're all welcome as long as we bring tequila.
What do you mean? Now, let me book a ticket.
Oh, apparently I'm frozen.
Yep, your camera has locked up.
Right, so I'm going to have to drop out and then come back in again. How does that work with you?
If you drop out, it'll kick us all out. Because you're hosting, remember? So.
I wonder if I can I not reset my camera somehow?
I'll be speculating that the lasagna, if it's good enough, will come down. Have some lasagna now, man. Hungry? I can't. No, don't talk about food now. I'm too hungry.
Right, I'll switch cameras. There we go. That's better. Am I still frozen?
No, you just got a lot of noise on your face.
Headset's hurting my ear.
I've got a lot of noise in my face.
As in green.
It's because I've just gone to the integrated camera.
Yeah, Chris says just delete the camera from the cast software and then re-add it in.
See, Chris is a professional at this. I'm only a bloody amateur.
Yeah, I take nothing to do with the running side of it. I wouldn't have a clue. Complete technophobe right here. I can just about switch a laptop on, you know what I mean?
Why is it not picking up my C920 anymore?
It's a start, though.
No, Andy, they're not new. I just don't very often use them because they are quite tight and they do hurt my head whenever I have them on after a while. Because with wearing glasses, it's because they are so tight. It's basically like pushing my glasses into the side of my head, and it's only on one side, and it's just really sore.
There we go. That's better.
Hey, better.
I can get.
Yeah, Michelle, I'm the same. I just wing it.
Yes, Christopher.
Well, it's just like learning anything else. You just learn as you go, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Empire, because I would like you to talk about your most recent sponsorship deal.
What would that be?
Since we've got one of them on here, but we'll let Chris talk. We'll let Chris talk about that when he comes on.
Mm-hmm.
So. Happy days.
I wonder if it'd be.
Andy, the pads themselves are actually quite soft. It is just the headphones are very, very tight.
Would it make any difference if not all 4 pod systems was in like page next to each other, or was it separated in different issues? Would that make a difference? Besides the ICOS.
A clean song and touch up with makeup.
Yeah, no worries, Christina. We'll wait.
Touch my makeup. Clean. Yeah, it's like, you know,
James is actually quite disturbed because Chris has hung his wig on the back of the bedroom door. Apparently, Ems is quite disturbed with that.
Well, 3 LiPo mod with Captain battery will kick your head off. I use glasses force in the PC and the software sticker ear pad. I've got glasses as well, but it hurts. It hurts me at the back of my ear with my glasses. I've tried bending them out.
Yeah, that's where it's hurting me as well. It's right at the back of my ear. That's why I normally use earbuds, but they're not to hand at the minute. So.
Okay, I get some really soft.
Dwayne, before we get a bigger review or all, what's your thoughts on me reviewing older stuff? At the minute, I'm sort of going back to reviewing things like the Bravo tank. I'm going to do the Kenzai. I'm going to do older stuff.
I don't see the problem because it's good to reminisce on, and then it makes, I think, like for the viewers out there, it makes people think, oh, I remember that when that came out. I ain't tried it yet. Oh, I might try it. I might go for it.
But one of my thought processes behind it is that with some of the newer tanks and everything else, you know, they're always up around the 30-40 pound mark. But I love my tanks, and so. But when you look out there, you can actually buy like a Bravo tank now, for instance, from 15 quid up to 25 quid.
Yeah.
Or second hand, you can buy it even cheaper. You still can buy them new. So I thought if I start putting those reviews out, because they're still, to me, they're great tanks. The Bravo,
because even if the new ones that come out now, it's like, oh, this is good, yeah, but it's not like that one, no. It's not like that one. There's something different about that tank compared to the new one. It's like, I've got to use that more. You'll still buy, everyone, I know for a fact, even in chat, they'll still have a new tank, and they'll still go back to the old one. It's just something about that tank they just like so much compared to the new one. Do you know what I mean?
Ryan, Roy's pushing reviews, and Andy Summerfield. Yeah, Andy, it's choosing the right stuff. I totally agree with you on that, and it's why it's the likes of the Bravo, Kenzai, that I'm doing. Like I still, no matter what I've got on the Rage, I still use the Bonza. To me, the Bonza is just perfectly for squonking.
It's like, for example, the Drop Dead. I still like the Drop Dead, but I'm still using the Drop. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, there's something about it, I like it.
I still have my Drop there. But it's just more now, it's me looking to see which ones that I've kept the packaging in pristine condition and still got all the bits and pieces that came with it. Right, Chris, you'll need to add me because I don't think I've got you in VC.
Just double check if you got any makeup on.
Well, Chris, you can call me.
Call Bunny.
Yeah, call me.
Call Bunny.
Or I'll call you.
I'll call you Al.
Yeah, hold on, I'll call you.
Right. Where are we putting him? Bunny, do you want to be on top of Chris or below Chris?
There you are. You better check Williams first. Yeah, he's here. We've got his XSplit broadcaster screen. There he is. Hello.
Mr. Chris. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Aloha.
How are you, my dear?
Good, needed that sleep.
Sounds like it.
You've not done a lot of sleeping lately, have you? Welcome to the Insomniacs Club.
I think we might put that up, Insomnia. I didn't read it properly. I thought it said Insomnia. Oh, what? Is it going to Insomnia? What? When did this happen?
No.
I didn't read it properly.
He's now an honorary member of the Insomniacs Anonymous.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, since put Bunny down there, get me there for a minute. We'll put Chris up there, because people don't really want to see me that much. And make me smaller, put Bunny up there, make Chris bigger. So the guests are bigger. There we go. Perfect. So Chris, what are you wearing?
Normal stuff.
Yeah, he's got us all with that this afternoon. He was about to do the whole "what you vaping on" thing, and that's what he came at me with, and I nearly choked. Yeah, you got Dwayne with it as well, so it's your turn.
You got me, your mother.
No, I am normally dressed. Although I am rocking Emily's merch at the minute.
No. Yeah, the EVC logo, but it's purple.
Yeah.
So of course it's M's.
She's got a few more in the works as well.
When is the expected launch date for her juice line? That's the thing I'm really excited about.
We're working on it at the minute. She's got one flavour in the new line. But I basically said she can have all the profits for everything because she's designed it. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be good though.
Yeah.
So what are you attempting to vape on?
What?
Hey Mo.
Hey Mo, bro.
Mo. Move this screen over here a sec so I can see the chat. There we go.
So what are you attempting to vape on, Chris?
I've got the new mod that came in the other day on the go, the Druga Foxy. I finally got one, like 4 months after everyone else. But I like it. I've no problems with it so far. I know Dino's having a lot of problems with the wattage and stuff, but
there's been a few people, and Mike, not MF Vapes, he's had quite a few problems with it as well.
It hasn't missed a beat so far. I love this under the screen now. That's sick.
Oh.
It's like Ohm's law under the battery door, or under the screen door.
Oh, awesome.
And it hides your wattage buttons too.
It's a small screen, man.
It is. When you take the panel off, it's tiny.
Jesus.
But, and on the other side, obviously, you've got your batteries. I keep going to put the batteries in the front where you turn the wattage up and down because it looks the same.
Yeah.
But now on top of that, I've got the Freemax Mesh Pro, the metal edition.
You get the big fat boy bubble glass as well.
Yeah, with my new favourite juice on it.
Let me answer a quick question. Who, the Freemax or the Falcon? This is what I just... I never tried the Freemax, and I got to the expo, I tried the Freemax, I thought, it's not so bad, but I wasn't sure, I didn't want to...
It's hard to pick.
I didn't want to...
It is hard to pick between the two, because I have both, and they are both absolutely amazing. It is really hard to pick.
I didn't want to say too much about it, because obviously at the expo, I might have burnt out coils, and just like, you know what I mean?
Well, I got, at the Manchester Expo, I got that Falcon. Which was the prototype before they brought out the full version of it, and they fixed a couple of issues that I had with it. Was like the drip tip didn't stay in the drip tip didn't stay in properly.
Yep, loose one that kept falling out.
The cap didn't fix on as well as it should have done for filling it, but they have fixed those. But I like it, and I love those. Was it the M3 coil?
Yeah.
I love the M3 coil.
Yeah, the M3 coils in the Falcon are absolutely fantastic. But that Mesh Pro, I have to say, I was a bit on the fence as far as that one was concerned, because I've been sort of spoiled by the Falcon. But having been using the Mesh Pro now since August, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's a very, very good pipe.
I didn't see much difference with the M2 and M3 coil and a Falcon. Didn't see a big difference there. Even said the same ones.
You notice a difference in your juice consumption, though.
Yeah.
You do burn through a lot more e-liquid.
Because I used both coils over that weekend, and I had a lemon cake in it, which was quite stickly. And with the M3 coil, I got the full flavour out of it. With the M1 coil stuff I got, I didn't find the flavour wasn't just as intense.
Yeah.
Was the M3 the new one with the wood pulp?
Yeah.
Link.
These have sent me the quad mesh for this one. It came in last week, the week before now. But they sent me the quad coils. I mean, it drinks, but the flavour's unbelievable.
Mhm.
But you don't care about drinks whenever the flavour's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your flavour's that good.
That bottle's 2 days old.
Yeah.
Oops.
So it goes through a lot of juice. There's another difference. So I've got this, the Falcon here, but this is I need to fucking change the shit out of this. But the Artisan edition. So the other difference is from the first one, you had the triple airflow, and then obviously they clumped it down to the 2mm. So the 2mm one had a dual airflow, obviously a smaller tank, more flavour, obviously because the mouthpiece is so much closer to the coil. But the Artisan, but going back to the triple airflow, triple mesh coil as well. But other than that, everything's the same.
The Falcon does leak on an airplane.
Oh.
Any tank leaks on an airplane.
Yeah, it could be just a batch, no. First I heard, man, I'm like...
The guy from Horizon Tech was at the shop the other day. He called down to see me because I think he was in Preston. And then the guy I was with said, let's go and see Chris. So they just turned up. They were at the shop for a while. He gave me the Preco 1 Plus kit, the one that takes the battery instead.
Yeah.
But there's got no box or anything, so he's like, just use it for now. We'll see what you think. And so far, it's good.
Yeah, I hear good things about that. I've been hearing quite a lot of good things about the Preco tank as well.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that it's disposable will make it cheaper for a lot of people, so it'll be good for people on a budget.
Well, you get 3 tanks
I
for
hear the
15
flavour
quid.
out of it's amazing, so I've not used one myself yet, so...
Yeah, you get 3 tanks for 15 quid. So, it's like when the first one burns out, they take about 2 or 3 weeks. It is quite cost effective. It's cheaper than buying coils.
Yeah.
Has anyone here used the Wake Littlefoot tank? Littlefoot tank.
Ronnie Campbell, back in 5, need to go pay my parking before I forget.
Yeah, you don't want to go back to a ticket.
Just talking about your shop there, Chris, some problems to your shop. You've now branched out a little bit with the shop. You're now into sponsoring things.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, to be fair, as you can probably imagine, I get so many messages through Instagram, through emails from different groups, different shops, reviewers in general, like starting off saying, would you sponsor this, would you sponsor that? And 99% of them are just in it for what they can get out of you.
Yep.
They're not interested in anything. They want the name for one, so that people come in and be like, oh, what's going on here? And then they just want either free juice. I mean, one guy said, we've got a sponsorship requirement form. I was like, okay, send it over. It was at least 1 premium mod a month, £70 plus. At least 5 mid-range mods, so like sticks, V8 sticks, a month. And at least 5 starter kits with juice and coils to go with them all, and then a random juice giveaway at the end of the month as well.
And
and different discounts.
You're sure they don't want the shirt off your back too?
How many are there in the group?
When I looked, it was about 600.
Yeah, Joe on.
So it was
You're all right.
can we send you a bottle of our juice so that you can take a photo with it in your hand, so that when you sponsor the group, people are like, look, he uses it. I'm like, no, because I don't. They just want the whole, well, if he's using it, it must be good, let's make money.
Switch, call me.
I've got her. I'll call her.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so like I say, loads of different companies, reviewers, even shops. Shops saying, can we... I've had one guy...
It wasn't me, by the way.
I've had one guy who wanted to ask, could he put the logo on the front of his shop? Like for like some sort of affiliate deal. I was like, no, people aren't coming into your shop because my logo is on the front of it. It's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, some people are just really cheeky, aren't they?
No, but to lead on to obviously what I'm doing now. Obviously the girls, the ladies of the show, I love the show. I think it's got so much better since they went on to Twitch. There's no more restrictions anymore. And you can just see it. The show just flows so much better. The chat interaction's gone way up. There's more people wanting to actually come in and watch it. Obviously, the gorgeous Em, who's in work at the minute, she's part of it. And I think she's actually added, I'm not just saying it because obviously she's my girlfriend, but she's added a lot to the show.
She has.
And usually just bounce off each other.
She's a very welcome addition, I have to say.
And before anyone in chat or anyone who's been looking at it says, oh, you've only done it because Emily's on it. Emily didn't know.
Yeah, she was as much in the dark about it as I was. Because, I was in the call whenever we were told, and I saw the look on Em's face. Trust me, she knew nothing about it. Not a thing.
It was actually Zan that got in touch, and at first it was just do you want to be added to a list of possibilities? And I was like, no, don't ask anyone else. I'll do it straight away because I like the show. You know, it's something that I'm not just sponsoring for the sake of it. I actually watch it every week. I enjoy what they do. I think it's good. It's going to go further. So yeah, why not? We're going to help out, then, yeah.
That's the reason why I brought it up, Chris, is because I know it's not just. I know that you're in there every week. You've been on the show yourself. Oh, sorry, you haven't. Christina's been on the show. And you know that's the reason why. And like I've watched the show as well for through its many quite a few transitions. And at the minute, the show is actually working the way it is. But I can also see why it's something that you as a company would be interested in sponsoring, because it's. If someone said to me what's Empire Vape Club, I would go it's a zany company that's got multi-strands to it, because you've got your shop, you've got your juice, you've got your reviews, but it's you, and you're just such a zany person. When you want that, you're a zany mad person at times and everything else, and it's a zany mad show that you're now sponsoring. There's no other show that I could see, being sponsored by Empire Vape Co.
No, I don't think it would work.
Because even the number one vape show, which is the UK vape show, even it's not crazy enough to be sponsored by you.
The thing is, if I was to sponsor my own show, people would be like, like they always do.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd get all the trolls bouncing all over that one.
And just before we go any further, I can just say hi to Switch My.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi, Anne.
Thanks for having me.
If you haven't, go over to her channel and watch the review on this. She's just done it.
Yep. I need to get your link.
That juice, I have to say, is absolutely amazing. Completely canned a bottle of that in a couple of days. It just vanished.
Do you know what? I'm all over the dessert vapes. However, when I vape other custards, they've always left a real...
She's a woman with taste.
A real dry, claggy feeling in my mouth, and this is the only custard I vaped that I get a really nice, saturated, crisp, moist.
When I was sat there in the shop watching that.
Right? It's stellar, and I'm not just saying that because Chris is on the stream. It is quality. It's really nice juice.
I'm tempted to update the flavour description on the website to say a really moist vape.
Yeah.
Folks, can I just say,
Thank you,
My
Andy.
Wix is links now in the chat. Get across there and give her some subs.
Yeah.
Let's get her over the 100 so she can actually get her custom URL.
Chris is on the main website, the juice.
Yep.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
This one's out of stock at the minute, but it's coming back in soon. I've ordered more. It won an award and sold out. I'm like, that's good.
That's what you like, though.
What was it called?
Salted caramel.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing stuff. It's one of the nicest. It's one of the nicest caramel that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Hi, Lance.
Royals custard? No, not tried that.
I've not tried the Royals. I've tried the King's custard banana, which is a very good banana custard.
The only thing I did expect to taste more of the salted caramel out of it. However, I can understand that must be such a difficult job to get right, because you add too much, it's going to ruin the juice. And I think the balance is good, and I taste it at a higher wattage than a lower wattage. But any other salted caramel I've tasted, it's been nowhere near. Yeah,
it makes it too sick if you add too much.
Yeah.
It's designed to run. I think Vic nailed it. When he did the review. It's designed to run through the middle.
Right.
Because if you have it at the beginning, it's too sweet for some people. If you have it at the end, people they say it should be at the beginning, but so we've just done it right the way through.
Is it something like Titanic's Captain's Custard? They've got a banana caramel range, and what I found with that, depending on where you go with your wattage, depending on what notes you got from it, if you went the lower the wattage you went, the more banana you got, and the higher you went in your wattage, the more of the caramel you got.
Yeah.
Is it something I've never tried it, Chris, so I can't give an opinion on it. So, But is it something like that? If you tried it up and down the wattages, would you get different notes?
It does change. I mean, Emily said that it burns at a high wattage, but I don't think it does. But she doesn't like dessert, so the fruit line is going to do a lot of different things, though, especially with her one, with the flavour she's working on. I mean, I didn't think she knew that much about juice, but when it comes to her working out in science, methody things, that juice is going to be stunning. I'm considering making a whole line with it. Because it's got a fizz to it, a higher wattage.
I came from a bar background, Chris, and cocktails. So it's you use the same. To me, it'd be the same Scientology was in it, making a cocktail. How do you make a cocktail good? Hi, Craig. So it's the same. You use the same science, and I told that to a guy over here who's brought out the Love to Vape range, Paul. And that's what he done was his. He started because he was trying different flavors, and I said, "Well, what if you put this in first or that in and layer it that way?" And he did it, and that's what he got. Like even the Monkey Crunch, which is one of my favorite juices.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be ready or not. It's pushing it because you know what I'm like. I won't release anything until it's perfect. Yeah. I mean, salted caramel is version 62.
Wow.
62.
So, Dead Man's Arms into the hundreds, and Killer Custard was the first one we ever made because the base of that is in all of them apart from Dead Man's. But that, it was like, it'd come in the sample because obviously I'd work out what I wanted in it, send it off, get it done in the clean room. It'd come back, I'd open the bottle, put a bit on my finger and just go, no, I'm not even vaping it, it's not ready, it's not right.
Alright, sorry to cut you off. Is it definitely this one? Is that you?
That's not my site now.
No.
It's an Empire Vape, you know.
Empire Vape UK.
Oh, yeah.
But I have got 10 mil with me at the minute. That's the strawberry Chupa Chup lollipop. And
Chupa Chup lollipop. Oh,
it's
like
gorgeous. It's got sherbet in it as well.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. You had me at strawberry, but yeah, if it's got sherbet in it as well, I'll be all over that one.
Yeah, that's just what we do. We don't even make 10 mil. It's like little tiny bottles like that. But that's got a little bit of sweetening in it, not too much, but look how clean it is.
Yeah.
It is. That just looks like water. Thank you, Sandy. You're a star.
Well, one of the flavours that's coming out in the line, it's not Tropica flavoured, but it's got an sort of aura to Tropica because it's 90 VG. That'll be a heavy sort of rebuildable tank or powerful sub-ohm tank.
Yeah, I have to admit, Tropica is an amazing flavour. It's one of my favourites.
What's the most popular one at the moment out of all the juice? Yeah.
Out of all of them, it's probably a battle between Dead Man's and Salted Caramel at the minute.
Right.
Where do you go?
I might go for Dead Man's Arm only because like I've had a lot of salted caramel. So.
Don't buy a bottle, I'll send you one.
Buy it, man.
Yeah.
The Dead Man's Arm's really nice too, but what I found is I've had my bottle for so long now, it's gone really dark, and I'm thinking, well, that taste can only enhance and get better. But when I'm vaping it now, the fruity jam seems to be almost on the verge of a bit harsh, so maybe I've left it in the sunlight or something. It's one of the original bottles, it's not one of the new rebranded bottles like this.
Yeah.
See, I keep trying to improve them. That's the first ever bottle that came off the line, and I leave them with the lids off them a bit to let the air get at them more. But that is pretty dark in there now, and there is 3 milligrams worth of nicotine in them because I let them sit with the nicotine in to see if it changes the flavour.
Chris,
Wow. Yeah.
That's like that juice. I got that in for review from America. Kind juice it's called, and actually tells you on the website because there's alcohol in this. You have to leave the lid off for 24 hours.
Well, I'm working on something at the minute, and I'm doing it myself, so it's fine. No one's going to be able to copy it because they won't have a clue what's in it. I'm working on a line of flavoured Nick shots.
Ooh.
So we've got the whole thing. Then you can buy the juice with the Nick shot, and then add that to it, and then yeah.
Lance, well, there's Mobro's going to be buying some now. Lance is going to be ordering the salted caramel next, Chris. But Lance, one of the things, as Chris has said, Chris does put a lot of effort into his things, and he does, with the exception of one thing, he puts a lot of effort and research into it. I'm not going there, Chris, don't worry.
I'll ask away, I'll answer anything.
No, I'm not going there. I've covered it, we've done it, it's been done, it's gone, put to bed. No.
No, I just look at things of, if I wouldn't vape it, I wouldn't expect anyone else to.
Which is always the fantastic way.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's on point, and then for it to everyone else to like.
I think it's because I've tried so many juices that are just so bad. It's the thing is now there's companies that are starting up, and all they're doing is going to a company and going, we'll put our label on that, and then they send you it out, and it's, well, that's that flavour, and then they relabel theirs, and then they relabel theirs, and it's the same thing. Make something different.
Sort of rehashes of other people's recipes, aren't they?
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of that in Northern Ireland. I dare think. In Northern Ireland at the minute, there's quite a lot of the stores all seem to be using the same juice company, and then all they're doing is sticking their own labels on the bottles, and then calling it something
like white label
different.
stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, to me that's like, why bother? Because then all they're going to do is fighting against each other for the same juices. Whereas the likes of Vapor Waves, yourself, Chris, there's very few out there at the moment that don't use the same company. Even ones in America that I speak to send their stuff over here. Some of them do send the concentrates over, and then they just get it bottled in the same factory. But all this using the same juices and then calling it something different, is that not defeating the purpose of having variety?
A lot of companies make a lot of money off it, but I mean, when I first made it, the idea was to just release this and just be one flavour and then add another one to it. But then we started playing around. But I've had companies come over to me and go, "Can we buy this? Can we white label this?" I'm like, "No, it's mine. You're not having it." And then I had one guy, and I think it was from the custard company, who goes, "Well, we'll just clone it." Well, good luck. There's 27 concentrates in it.
You're just like ripping off somebody else's flavour, though, aren't you?
But the thing is, with this kind of thing, and with the help of Emily, I spoke to her about it, and this company, there is a machine out there, because I found out from them that a lot of companies to clone something, the bigger companies will do it, so they can't, but there's a machine out there that they can put on a little tiny sample piece, put it into a machine, and it basically reads out what's in it.
Oh, cool.
So you can add something to your juices that blanks it out, and that's what mine have got in them.
Yeah,
right.
The spectrometer,
nice.
There's, it is blanking out the spectrometer because it's can. I used to work in a lab, Randolph's Labs. It's analysed. They got, well, not at the same time. They got drugs in, and they used that to try and find out what was in different drugs. But the one that got me was they got ecstasy tablets in. This is going back to the early 90s. They got ecstasy tablets in, and there was rat poison, there was urine, there was excrement, and ecstasy tablets.
I'll be right back. The garage door's just blown open. I want to keep the pub warm.
That's brilliant. Pub. Yeah. That's just...
Sort the cars. Let's have a pub instead in the garage.
Yeah.
It's good that you made the liquid unique. I just don't understand why people clone it, man. It's like they'd run out of ideas and they thought, oh, let's just do it. Just because we make money off of it. Why? Just, do you know what I mean? Just be creative, man.
They don't want to put the work in. I mean, the things what we were doing was crazy. When that came out, we were making 50-50 versions of it, testing what it tasted like in a starter kit. Then we did 60-40, 70-30. We even did an 80-20, but it just wasn't the same. I was testing it on single coils, dual coils, sub-ohm tanks that are known for not much flavour, and then adding little bits. So if people buy it, it gets flavour across the board, no matter what you use it in.
Were you working the liquid out to a point where it tastes the same even in a tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Well,
it's just like when you got cotton cable in. I said it tastes exactly the same in the tank. I was like, what is going on here? Sorry.
When I do my reviews, when I do a juice, hope that I get enough of it, because I stick it through like the rage, so it's squumpling. I stick it in a tank, and then when I do the review itself, I do it on the mech. And that way, I'm getting to see if there's any difference in the flavours. And there is quite a few juices that do be a completely different thing in your setup.
How long does it take to start day one to finish then to make something like salted caramel? I can imagine it's like months and months on end.
Well, the salted caramel one was a little bit quicker because it's already got the killer custard base in it, so it was a little bit easier to do. But it took 13 or 14 months
to actually
go right the way through, because I had to work out what I wanted to do, work out the recipes, send them over, get it bottled, get it back, let it steep. And then we did there was a huge pile of notes. It was a day one arrival after a couple of weeks steep. What did it taste like? Scored it out of 10. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, up to about 12 weeks. Then the same with the next flavour. Then make another bottle with it, add a little bit something else to it, and then try it. It took so long. But it's as good as it is because of that.
Yeah.
Saying, just get your face on them, and then the post you definitely won't steal them. I'm just going through chat here. There's Vaping Memorial. Chris has ordered some of the caramel, salted caramel. He's going to review it as soon as he gets it.
Nice.
And I still take a train ride to a vape shop where I used to live to buy my juice to allow me to try nick free juice before I buy. However, I still order directly from the makers who sell online. I'm a big advocate, and funny I'll say, ever since I've started this channel, is to try and promote the bricks and mortar shops within the UK is the main reason for this channel, because without them, yes, they sell online and everything else, but without the bricks and mortar shop, you haven't got the advocacy face to face, you haven't got the experience of like walking into Chris and going, Chris, how do I set this up? Or a new vapor coming in, buying a new device, not knowing what to do with it or what it's all about, and you've got the experience of the shops to do that with. And when I started out doing written reviews a long time ago, I started doing shop reviews as well, and into a shop in my local town, and pretended I was a novice vapor, and they were about to sell me a meg. And I thought that was scary, and I wrote about that experience online, and that still to the day, it's still got the most reads. It's over 1,200 reads online for a written reviews. It's good.
Well, the thing with shops having websites, you're still supporting the shop because, I mean, the money's got to come from somewhere, and the majority of, I make a lot of money on the website through the subscribers anyway, but when that comes through, it still goes back onto stock for the shop. What you're looking at on the website is still what we carry. I know it needs updating because I just don't get the time. We carry a lot more in the shop, but a lot of things is pointless putting them on, because when I got the Crown 4 kits in, I had 10 with 9s already sold pre-orders. What's the point?
Exactly.
We've got them on now, but it's people keep messaging and going, "Oh, is this what you're carrying?" It's not everything, because try and get a minute to do it.
Bill had a shop messaging last week saying they want 5 sets of every type of coil. I do for free. What?
Yeah, tell them we passed it off, Bill.
Hope you did. But that's what.
Well,
But I can understand, Chris, you having your online side of things, and yes, I totally support that. But you've got the physical shop there to back up the online. It's just these online fly-by-night cowboys that come on, try and make a quick buck, and the next thing you see, they're dead because they haven't got the either the stock to do stuff with, or they're doing the ship and drop thing.
Well, we're going to be stocking Bill's coils in the shop as well, because obviously I need a new coil builder, which he's actually sponsoring the group as well now. And sort of every type of coil you'll see on the channel will be Bill's, but we're going to be stocking them in the shop too, because people keep asking, what coils are you using now? Like some guy had to go on my top side the other day, and it was on 100 watts, and he said, wow, what were them coils with Bill Burns? And he was like, have you got any? So I'm going to get them
in. Nice.
But Bill's coils, I've been an advocate of Bill's coils for ages and ages now, and I hope you won't mind me saying, but it was the one that said to him about doing a subscription service for his coils, which seems to be going well.
It's a good idea.
Which I think is a fantastic idea, and I think that's maybe something you can look at as a juice subscription, not like the mystery boxes thing, but an actual juice subscription where if somebody was getting an order over the next 12 months from you, they were getting it maybe that little bit more discount or something like that.
I have thought about it, but I didn't want to come across as being sort of not a rip-off and such, but we were looking at different packages of it started so much per month, and not so much because I was thinking of calling it like the reviewers pack, like what I get, so it would be a premium mod or a starter mod with a juice and maybe something to go with it, or a tank for so much a month, so at the end of the month you get a box of new stuff. But it can get expensive, and a lot of people don't have that kind of money. Or they buy a mod, they keep hold of it for a couple of months.
Yeah. But even something like maybe 2 or 3 bottles of juice, or 2 bottles of juice a month, and you're maybe getting a couple of quid off it, because you're going to be buying, people are going to be buying juice anyway, and if they're getting that coming out, and it's come from someone like yourself, I'd much rather do that than spend. Because like Ryan bought a juice box for, I think it was like 50 quid or something like that, and he got it out, and yes, he got a lot of juice, but he can't vape it, it's crap.
Bill got told the 5 sets of aliens for a tenner was is it fuck? What would he buying? The Chinese ones for 25 pence a coil. So I can tell them to go and buy a pair of M-Take aliens that are £15 a pair, plus import, plus tax.
Yeah. Yes, you're talking 25 quid before you even get to use the buggers.
Yeah.
I've not seen anybody do coils any cheaper than Bill.
No, I've not either.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it. It's because what I paid for all the it was cost. I think I paid for the 100 coils I got from him, and I still don't know how he done it for that cost. Because you're thinking, yeah, I'm paying that much. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting them all to be perfect. But every single coil I've picked up at random and looked at it is perfect. There's not a flaw in any single one of the coils.
Bill won't send out a coil unless it is 100% perfect.
But paying like 15 for a pair, and a lot of people saying it's good, is it worth paying the price? So that's the thing. Because there's so many people who build their own coils cheaper, and you can get the same.
Yeah, the same quality.
Yeah. No disrespect, but you know what I mean.
But I'll tell you, I used to love making coils. I used to love sitting wrapping my own coils.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't built it since I've started getting Bill's coils. I have not made a coil.
Yeah, you don't need to, but because Bill's coils are that good, and they last a lifetime. Like I say, I had a set in my AFP since September, and they're still going strong.
They're up there with micro coils, and to me, micro coils were were the best coils you could get in the UK, and they're up there at the same quality.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you sign up to Bill's multi-pack, it's a good way of experiencing different cores. Because when I first started vaping, I just stuck with like Fuse Claptons, and that was it. I didn't ever experience anything else. So if you sign up to that, you've got more variety. Then, because it's at lower cost, you've got the option then to just experiment and find out what you do and what you don't like.
Exactly.
Well, them ones he sent me, I'm using. In the drop that RDA, I've got a pair of 6-ply frame staples, and I haven't took it to a wattage yet where they can't handle it. They're just monster coils.
Yeah, the FP can handle extremely high wattage, and you need good coils in the FP to be able to handle it. And the mech coils just breeze in it, and it's really good flavour. And there's a guy in Northern Ireland that makes coils as well, and he tried them on the FP, and he was impressed. And he sells coils to most of the shops in Northern Ireland. So, sorry, twinges in my back.
WDG, you look as cold as I do.
I am so cold, and the worst thing is like. My sink's messed up, so it's just running hot water when it's actually off, and because of that problem, it's affecting my heating. So it's off right now, but I'm getting it fixed anyway. It's on its way. And whatnot. So.
Mine's crazy. The boiler.
In the cold life.
Our boiler's there behind this PC. I've got a radiator there, and then the PC that chucks out about 70 to 80 degrees if I play games.
Yeah. Literally, like my mate's bringing me like an electric heater. I'm like, I don't have an electric heater. This used to be the best tropical house known to man. Now it's just cold as ice.
I got the heater on the wall, but you've got to switch it on for a good 2 hours before you even feel the benefit before you come out here.
Yeah. So he came on the cast this afternoon. I thought he was about to set off on his exploration of the Southern Pole.
I've turned bottle off just in case, because like even winter build messes you up, man. This winter build this time is disgusting.
Yeah.
Through the year it's fine, it's nice and cheap, but winter, man, proper rinse your money out.
Do you have yours on the? Is it like a top up meter, or is it just read
no, it's
the bills?
Yeah, it's not a top up one.
Yeah, we moved in, and I was like, this is amazing. It was like electricity and gas because it's at the same company. Yeah. It was like £48 a month. and then the heating was just on constant, so we were obviously using more power. I read it because I've got like the little app thing that I can type it into, and it went from 48 to like 210. I was like, wow.
I work for an electricity company, so we do.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Are you one of them guys that knocks on doors and everyone hates you, or do you work in the office?
No, I'm in the IT department. I'm a test analyst, so I do all the tests. Mostly customer services. But in Northern Ireland, it's so strange because for electricity for a keypad, we do 2.5% discount for it, whereas in the mainland, you get charged extra for having a keypad. And for gas over here, if you do pay-as-you-go gas, it's cheaper than having a credit meter gas.
Yeah, my gas meter's pay-as-you-go.
Yeah, which is cheaper than me paying. Mine's a credit meter, and it's cheaper to pay-as-you-go than it is to have the credit meter.
Yeah. Hey, Manic.
See, we were going to get one of them smart things installed, but I've seen loads of horror stories on Facebook that they keep kicking out harmful things or something.
Yeah. Well, Para and I now have got an app for the keypad. And I'm actually testing it at the moment. It's Bluetooth.
Thanks, Noel.
So it connects to your phone, and you can actually get all your stats about how much electricity you're currently using, and you buy a top up, you don't have to go and type it in anymore. It just Bluetooths it straight across to the keypad and things like that. So we're the first company in the UK, we're actually the first company within Europe to have it, and it'll be getting released hopefully midway through this year when I finish my testing.
I mean, I know it's me that uses them, well, not even as such now, it is me that uses the majority of electricity, but this week, me and Emma both been working full time, so, you know, that bill will be cheaper, but I mean, my PC's got a 1200 watt power supply in it, so God knows what that must use.
That's, well, you're looking at roughly 6p an hour, Chris, for that.
It's on all the time.
Yeah, 6p an hour. Hiya, Manic. Folks, get across and give Switch My Mods a sub. Come on, she's on 59 at the moment. Let's try and get her up. There's 22 people in. You haven't already subbed. Get across and go.
I love the setup that you use. I think the bar's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's a good, ideal place because I'm not allowed to vape in the house.
You're not?
No.
My missus doesn't like it.
My wife's not a vapor, not a smoker, anti-vaping, everything. So it was one of the reasons why I got into reviewing, because I was getting this stuff in and I was wanting to show it off. And every time I went, look what I've got through in the mail today. And she's like, oh yeah, great. And I thought, well, why don't I just put it up on YouTube, and then I'm receiving my stuff and then I can share it with everyone else. So luckily this was all done out when we moved in, and I thought it's an ideal location.
She won't complain if you make it big.
No, true. True.
Although she might hate you for a while, because I know all my stuff goes to shop, but occasionally stuff will turn up here. And Emily's like, I was having a lie in, I'm off today, and friggin' UPS have turned up. And then I open the box and she goes, ooh, just takes it.
Yeah, especially if it's purple.
Although she's doing it again. She's already said at Expo she's going to tell everyone to send me pink or purple mods.
There's nothing wrong with purple.
It's so she can have them, that's why.
It's so funny watching.
She wants all the purple stuff sent to Chris so that she can rob it when it gets there. You know, it's like, that's mine.
On the Bits of Eastwick show, I really want another cam on Chris whenever Ems picks something up in the office. Because even just your comments, Em just gets something and goes, oh, you mean this one?
Well, now I've done something at the minute.
Yeah, it's like she robbed his pod system the other day.
Yeah, me telling you,
it's a bloody review sample. He hadn't even got his hands on it yet, and she robbed it off him.
I think I took out the box, looked at it, filled it, had a couple of pulls, and was like, right, that can go in the queue. I'll use that occasionally. And then I was up the next morning, and I like a pod system first thing in the morning sometimes, especially early morning. And I was like, where's it gone? I've left it at the shop because I know I had it the day before. Get to the shop, no. Comes in, she's just sat down to do the bitches show. She's like, that chain on my pod. I'm like, that's where it went.
Sorry about that, it wasn't fun. Someone, like...
She's got an eye on this now.
My mate has the same camera. My mate has the same camera as me.
Not Shampoo?
My mate had the same
What's that,
camera.
Chris?
He's got the GH4, right? His screen is just bust up, he dropped it, and everyone who he's rang, everyone's using it, and I need it as well because I'm recording through like the weekday when I get home from work. and I can't give him it, man. It's like, nah.
Oh, do you guys all share the camera?
No, I don't share the camera to anyone. It's just he's got the same camera, but his screen's messed up. It's gone. It's fully gone. So there's nowhere to see it. So I asked him for
IMBK.
like a small screen to use, a spare screen. So
I got the best thing the other day for mine.
because you can buy extended screens and link it up to your USB on the camera.
It's like a little travel pack, so I can take it to the shop and a tripod on the side.
Oh, awesome.
That's actually nice. Yes, I'm UK.
Because I've been working in the shop, it's like, no, I'll just take my camera with me. But I bought this backpack and I can't even open it. There's that many zips on it. But I'm gonna open it.
Inside. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are a godsend.
My zip's broken, mine, so I have to buy a new one.
What have you
Oh,
got?
that sucks.
What camera have you got?
What camera have I got?
Yours is the Nikon 5300.
5300.
Yeah.
But I'll show you mine again.
Well,
So
mine's a baby. It gets packed down, gets the cover put back on it and goes back in the bag when I'm not using it because it's just now.
Mine's that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that lens?
Panasonic.
UH4.
Yeah.
That lens is gorgeous.
It's a mate. Amazon Tamron. It's a 10-24.
Yeah, because I bought an Nikon 3300 to start with, and then this didn't do what I needed it, so I gave it to Bunny, and then I bought that one. Yeah. It does the job.
I'm still on the kit lens at the minute, but I'm getting a 60mm macro.
I have two lenses for that. I've got the 18 to what is it?
18 to 55.
18 to 55, and then I've got the bigger one.
The
as well.
70 to 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want some up close as well, I use an 18 to 135. That's a good one.
I'm
Yeah,
just worried about with the building at the moment because if I get the 60mm, I know you don't need much zoom, but I'm building in an area like that with the lenses for the focus, and I'm worried when I put the juice on or fire it, it's just all going on the lens.
Mm.
Get yourself lens filters. Get a UV filter on it because not only does it protect your lens, but you can take it off and wash it.
They
So
should
put a UV filter onto the end of your lens.
have a look if there's like a camera exchange near you. If there is, what they do is they do brand new and second hand, and sometimes they do a deal like if you buy a lens, they either depends what model it is, they'll chuck in a free
filter.
protector. Yeah, they'll just chuck a free one. They do some good ones, man.
I was looking and seeing it today. I couldn't believe what you've got in there at the minute.
I got filters for mine from 7dayshop.com. I buy all my filters from them, and I get the various different sizes of filters, and they're like couple of quid for them off 7-Day Shop. They're really, really cheap, and 2 to 3 days they're delivered. So
Nice and easy, isn't it?
yeah, and there's a lot of good sellers on eBay for camera equipment as well that are relatively cheap too. So
I thought I was going to be spent a lot of money on like me setup at the PC and the mic and everything, and then I went, oh no, that camera stuff is rather pricey.
Oh yeah, photography especially is a very expensive hobby.
The thing is, because obviously I walked into, we've got 2 shops in Liverpool city centre. We've got a Jessop's, which, brand name, obviously everyone knows. And then there's Wilkinson cameras as well. And I walked in with the backpack because I was just on my way to work. I took Em to work first, and then because I go into the city centre, I can get a bus to the shop from there. So I'll drop her off and then go in. And I walked in with that, and he said, oh, what have you got? And when I opened it all up and showed him what I was using, he went, oh, you need one of these, $879.99. I was like,
Yeah, Jessop's know how to empty your back pocket fairly efficiently, trust me on that.
But he did say that camera, the 200D, is brilliant for video. It's mainly for video as well as photography, so...
Yeah.
But it's surprising how we all start off as smokers. We then move into being, builders or, that are just experts. Then we become photographers and we become bloody video editors, producers.
Yeah, we're multi-talented that way.
That's lovely.
Nice fish eye. I haven't used that in years. But it's fun.
Yeah, fisheye. That's something I need to get, actually. I need to get a decent fisheye.
Just Amazon, Samyang, or like any of them, they're universal as well. You look like this one. I don't know. This was like just short. 181 to 200.
Still good.
Yeah.
But
You gotta think, are you really gonna use it? That's
Expo's going to be fun because that thing gets heavy after a while.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. I
even
do a lot of
Vic's
photography.
bag gets heavy after a while. I carried Vic's bag back and forth from the hotel.
And one of the thing is, though, it's like when you said about we were smokers, and I mean, it's like we were smokers, then we become vapors. Obviously, some people become reviewers and stuff. Now everyone's going elitist camera equipment. It's a competition on who's got the best camera now as well. It's like he's got an Osmodus Kodama with a Canon 200. Before long, it's going to be, what are you vaping on? What are you filming on?
Exactly.
That's a good one.
It's better than what it's better than what are you eating or what you have for tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
This was an old one I really wanted. It was a 7D Mark 1. I don't use it no more. It was just like, oh, I really want one for so long. But then, new ones come out, it's like, oh, I want that one now.
Well, this is I've got
I want that
a
one now.
thing where I love black and red, like anything black and red. Yeah, like the whole PC is all black and red. And the guy in Jessup's was saying, oh, if you want to go black and red, you've got the red label. Oh, what are they? And they're like red rings on the lenses, but it's like the standard lenses go to about 400. The red labels start from about 800.
No.
Yeah, double the price just because it's got a nice colourful band on it.
Yeah.
Does the same fucking job.
Apparently it's for shooting wildlife.
Saint says just pay someone to hold the camera for you. He won't charge too much.
No,
Yeah, keep them supplied in e-liquid, they'll carry your camera.
You see
I'm
some
looking forward to seeing
expensive.
what it looks like.
Have a look online called the Red camera. You see how expensive that is?
Oh, is the red just the red one? Yeah, I've seen them.
Because when I first got into cameras and videography, I was like, oh, choosing between the 7D or the red, and I didn't know much about the red. I was like, I'll look online, 30 grand. No,
Yeah.
you just press back. You just press the back. Like, nope.
Linus Tech Tips uses one, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's stupid cameras. But,
I'd love something like that, but I mean, before long, I know the next step with vape reviews is going to be someone's going to be laying down the little train track and they'll be sat on the camera just going along the expo.
But that's the
TV
thing,
quality-
it's very
TV
black
quality
and white.
cameras.
That's not including like your lens or anything else.
Yeah.
It's just and your bar. Oh, no. It's not
See, the
me.
thing is, I would do that for a laugh. I'd just get a load of that train track and put it down the red carpet and just do everything right down. Because people would look at it and go, he's at it again.
Here, Michelle, you'd be very good though for the low down shots. Michelle says, "Don't get me to hold it unless you want to see everybody's ankles." But the table cam shots, Michelle, you'd be very good for that. You get good close-ups.
Oh, you can get this. I was looking the other day. They've got also like the GoPro where you've got like harnesses and stuff. For some reason, I seen it on a camera site the other day. You can get like one of them belt buckle things that the camera sits in the middle. And because of the show and the budget of the night, I instantly just renamed it the scrotum harness.
Scrotum harness.
I still laugh at just how Vic came out with that. There's nothing wrong with my scrotum.
It was the Zan put a photo up in the group, and then it put like a placeholder photo of just all these people around the bar, but they were cheering to this guy in the middle, and I commented on it, is there something wrong with that guy's scrotum?
That's all that.
That was a brilliant show.
But you can
Yeah.
get
Good fun.
Chris, it's only taken 7 months, by the way,
Mitch?
from you were first asked to come on the vape line, Jen and I. 7 months, we're here.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Postman. We'd asked him as well. We're still waiting on him.
But we'd asked Chris first.
Yeah, I know we'd asked Chris first, but we'd asked Posty as well. But we're still waiting on him to come on. And Vic has been on.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had Mongrel on with us as well.
It's a cool show because there's nothing really on in the afternoons.
Well, that was why we decided to, do a show at this time. And initially as well, we were sort of going out and about around some of the local vape shops and, doing the show from the shop as well. So that was initially why we decided on a Sunday afternoon to do it.
Which I'm going to have to start back up again.
That's a really good
Yeah.
concept.
Going out on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've not done that for... God, when was the last one we done? Was the Rude Boy one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over in Glasgow.
Andy Summerfield, TVP won't be up at this time of the day on a Sunday.
Probably not.
Andy, he actually is, because his wee boy's up with him this weekend, and he's been out and about.
But
Oh yeah, he was on his son's channel, which was cool.
I think
Yeah,
that is really
I saw
cool.
that this morning. I gave Max a cheeky sub, so.
It's one of them though with that, isn't it? Like kids must be like, "Oh my god, your dad's the Vaping Postman." Goes home, tells his mum and dad's, "You are not watching him."
Yeah, you can just imagine the trauma that those children would endure if they started watching Mark's channel.
Just imagine parents' evening. Can I just ask you, do you know who the Vaping Postman is? And the parents go,
He's a postie that vapes. Right, folks, come on, Michelle's at 61 now. Come on, let's get her up to at least 65. Come on.
Let's get her up. Let's get her up.
Roy, who's Michelle?
Yeah, who's Michelle?
Michelle B. Or, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep up!
Yeah. Let that one sink in for 2 minutes. Then.
Yeah.
Please excuse Roy, he's not adulting very well today.
I don't adult very well any day.
Well, that's very true.
But, switch my wigs. It's such a blooming name to get out.
Or Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, just call her Sam.
This isn't a man cave, it's a Sam cave.
There you go.
Yeah, they were saying earlier, like downstairs, pretty much the pub. Like, what? Excuse me? Like, I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Do you want a tour of the pub?
Go on.
Yeah, give us a tour.
So, it's called Leather Spoons for obvious reasons.
I like that.
Then we got the pool table.
I look at Chris's face. It's like Christmas for Chris.
You probably can't see it because of the light, but then there's a little dartboard.
I can see a dartboard.
Yeah. That's cool.
But that's what my shed out the back's going to be like eventually when I get it
I
built.
need a new house with a garage now.
Cheers, Noel.
I like that. That's cool.
But I've got.
Yeah, I think we're all dead for saying.
I have a big shed out the back, a huge big shed. I've got a garage and I've got a summer house, so I can choose any one of those. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if you start recording in the shed, you get a name for yourself.
It's not a shed; it's a summer house.
No,
But
he
then,
does. He actually has a summer house.
Chris, does that not mean that I'm going to have to start getting really high-end mods to distribute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and develop a really boring Scottish accent.
Yeah, and work on the giggle as well.
Right, the giggle.
My
Should start off with a vicious ant. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could just get an ant, piss it off, and stick it to a mod. Yeah. That's one of one.
Oh, that's brilliant. Vicious.
Oh my god.
Or just get one of them. I always wanted to do I know I do a lot of sort of piss takes, but just getting a squonker and getting a toy ant and just put it on the front and just doing a review as normal. It's a vicious ant.
Please do it.
You should.
Please do it.
What about your second channel, Chris? There's when you did that whole Poundland review thing.
Well, I need to.
You with that doll, that was just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I need to go back to it. Well, we started going with M's and the whole food things and stuff, and we keep saying because it's building in subscribers a lot. But the Poundland stuff is sort of a tribute to one of the guys I watch, Ashens,
Yeah.
and he is just hysterical. He's done one lately where he's getting his subscribers to send him the worst copied DVDs in, and they're just in a big box. And he got one last week where it was the current Batman film, but the cover for it was the one with Liam Neeson in Batman Begins. So the wrong cover, and then on the back of the film, where it said the description, they just printed someone's negative review. Oh, it was brilliant, because it's so bad, and all the Chinglish sort of translations on the back, and then you got one that says, "Oh, this is a Blu-ray. This is a Blu-ray cover. Let's see what it's like," and it's someone's camera half cut off the screen on the
Perfect.
He's brilliant.
But yeah,
He is funny.
I did those ones. They were good. There's really been 2 videos, hasn't there? The two of the Poundland review ones.
There's 2 of them, and then we started doing the ones. But Em's got loads of messages off people saying they'll send this in, but she won't do it. It's all after eat all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I think she should. I think if Em's had her own channel, I think it would be a roaring success.
Yeah. She spoke about it a couple of times, but she said it wouldn't be just vaping. It would be a lot of scientific things and a lot of stuff about what she studies and stuff. But she'd fly.
Yeah, she would.
Hi Sylvia, another new person to the chat.
Hey.
How you sell?
Yeah, we need to do more on the second channel. I logged in the other day, I couldn't believe how many subscribers it's up to now. It's a couple of hundred now.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It's doing well.
I'm at 275 for my wee YouTube channel, which I'm happy enough with. And that's why I do things on the Vape Lounge NI, because it's not about promoting me. It's about trying to promote everybody else and create a happy atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a home for everybody, basically.
That's the thing. It don't matter how much you got. You don't need like thousands, hundreds. Look, but just imagine 200 people in front of you watching, man. That's the main thing. Like that's a lot of people still.
I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I know the likes of saying either I'll say that I don't review, I just sit in front of the camera and talk shit for 20 minutes or whatever, and then 2 hours on these. But I enjoy doing it, and I've actually found this year I've actually found a new vigor in what I'm doing, because the tail end of last year was starting to work was really pissing me off. I was working 7-day weeks. I still am doing 7-day weeks and everything else. But I've actually found this new vigor where I'm really enjoying doing the reviews again. And since you come on, Chris, I'm started going back onto older stuff, like the Bravo, the Strider, starting to bring it that you can still buy, but they're cheaper now. So the people that haven't got the budget to go out and buy all the big brand new stuff that the likes of yourselves and Vic and TVP all do. So, and then it's just given a new perspective on what it is. Anything that Emily would do channel-wise would have a great footing with her vaping and Instagram following already, and she's a natural on camera.
Yeah, and she has a natural on camera, which is why we wanted her for the bitches.
She's just messaged me now. She's on her way home from work, so she might pop on for a minute when she comes in.
Yeah, she has a natural in front of the camera, and she's got an epic sense of humour, which is why we wanted her.
No, you need to for me to be with someone, you need to, because I can drive anyone insane. People don't seem to realise I'm like this off camera with her, and she's just like, will you just stop it now? Have you seen that video with the guy, the black guy with the guitar, and it says, I should be in bed, this is me at 1:30, and he's singing that stupid song. It's going around Facebook. Well, I keep singing that round the house, and now it gets stuck in her head, and then I can hear her in the bedroom singing it. She's like, "No!"
Well, I know you worked whenever Bonnie and I was over at the shop, Chris, back in May. You and Em weren't an item or anything like that, but just the natural chemistry between you as friends back then.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Was plain to see, and just how you bounced off each other, and whenever you were sitting in the back playing the guitar and things like it, there was a natural vibe there, which was easy to pick up on. But this still cracks me up.
It was the part at the expo where I got so many comments of what's that guy doing and what's that all about? I'm like, just enjoy it.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
It was the Chinese people on the stand that you popped up and did it, and you just sort of looked and then laughed.
Tech. Yeah. I'd been speaking to them. I'd spoke to them for the 3 days we were there and everything else, because it was great camaraderie and everything else, and then just the way they looked, and actually they're looking at the video. It did come out well. The editing was good.
No, she's amazing. She's like, we are like best mates. That's the way the relationship sort of is.
But to me, that's what you have to be. If anything's going to ever work out between anybody, it have to be best friends as well.
Yeah.
And enjoy a laugh. And like Em's got your sense of humour, and even when it comes to things like whatever you called her, stunt tits, science tits, whatever those things that come out, the tube apps that come out with. All those things to me that sort of brings it along, and then that. Because you are good, the chemistry, when you do go and cam together, not talking about Pornhub or anything like that, anybody else. But when
that's for a whole other show.
When you're on cam together, you bounce off each other, which is really, really good. And it's all about it's finding that, and when you've got it, you have to grab it with two hands.
Well, I've told her to push her own thing as well, because she's got the niche with the science stuff. Like it's different. She can offer a lot more than what people think she can. I mean, obviously when she was doing all the whole modelling things, and then I said to her, that's one side, but behind that, she's stupidly intelligent, and some of the things she says to me, I'm like, English. Yeah. But yeah, she could go far.
You've certainly landed on your feet with that one, Chris.
God, she keeps me in check.
But that's you need that as well, Chris, because you've got such a zany mind at times. Having someone to ground you keeps you going, and for your business side of things, you need that. If it was just purely you and the YouTube videos and your review side of things, your zaniness can just knows no bounds.
Yeah.
But because you've got now a successful company behind you, and where you can take that to over the next few years is going to be, it's going to be a journey worth watching.
Yeah, I'm going to China in March, so that's going to be interesting. Can't wait for that.
Oh, you're going over for that big expo?
Yeah, ICIA or something, Shenzhen.
Yeah. Nice.
I can't wait to see the vlog for that one.
Yeah.
Wow,
because somebody else went to China that's good at doing vlogs, apparently, and I watched their blog and I was like, I came away from it going, well, what have we just watched?
Yeah.
And it's one of those. I would rather, your vlog and everything else have got, you've got the wee funny bits and the apps, but your main content in the middle, you do get the gist of what's being shown there.
Well, I'm going to do a lot of outside so people can see what China looks like, and a lot of with that camera now, the stuff I can do with it. A lot of the showcasey stuff, I like going over to companies because that's what it's all about. People who can't go, I try and make my vlogs like, obviously not the facey stuff and that, but the footagey bits and the walking around, I try and make them like for people who can't make it, what it's like through someone else's eyes, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I've tried. I can hold my hand up and I'll say I've tried doing vlogs. Yeah, I've done one vlog, which was the Rude Boy Scotland trip, but I'm crap at it, so I won't do them.
It is hard.
It is really. People don't realise just how hard it is trying to think in your feet and watching you. Hiya, Welsh Dragon Vapor.
Hiya, Dragon.
Hey,
But
Dragon.
watching you at Expo, doing your vlogs when I was in there, or back in May, whenever I saw you there doing it, it's what your thought process. You're already thinking about how you're editing that and how you're putting it together before you actually even film it. Hiya, Victor.
Hey, Vic.
Hey, Vic.
Good evening, Mr. Scrotum.
And also, Mr. Scrotum. And also Vic as well. He's another one. You can see the cogs turning in your heads.
A lot of my vlogs are filmed in, well, not necessarily in reverse, but because of the way the days work, some of the stuff you see first was filmed in the afternoon for the morning, and then I bring it home, get all the footage off, and then sit there and go, how is this going to go together? But it works.
Yeah, Andy's saying there, Chris, make sure you go to Hong Kong if you're going to China. Shenzhen's not that far away, and you'll love the night markets. And by the way, the shops don't really open until about lunchtime.
Yeah, the one I'm looking forward to the most is the big tech part, where they sell all like the phones, drones, iPads, all that, and PC parts.
Oh yeah, I'd be in heaven if I went there.
Yeah.
Chris will be taking a separate suitcase with him just to bring home the crap that he buys.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much I'm going to take
Charter
with
a
me.
flight.
Chris, just plan that when you do the vlog, just plan the day before you go. Just imagine it in your head, not how you want it to go. Just like, do I decide to like speak a little bit and then show some footage of travel? Because the way I like to do it is like, not the vlogs on a different channel. So like, I knew for a fact that when I'm doing like travel part, when I just, on the plane and stuff like that and getting to the place, I thought that bit was too long. So like, that's why I just do like, if you watch Casey Neistat, when he just like shows like a bag, closes bag, boom, cut, door, plane, boom.
Yeah.
Like that, just like nice clean, just do that, have that in there, and then just try not to plan what you want to record. You just go with it, but you just plan when you start and finish, start, middle, finish, and then just go with it in between. Because with some footage that you don't expect, you think, oh, that was sick, and then you'll just edit it. It's good, man.
I've tried that, but when I get to the expo, I just get so lost with everybody else, and I just keep forgetting to record stuff. I've recorded loads of stuff. I've taken loads of fixtures or pictures and everything else, and then I've just got home and went.
So I had a problem with the last expo because, I mean, through the channel growing and stuff, there was more and more people wanting to say hi, and then you had the UK Vape show, people that watched that one to say hi and stuff, and there's the companies, and then before you know it, you're like, I ain't filmed anything for the vlog.
Thank you, Michelle.
Enjoy your lasagna.
See you, Michelle.
Take it easy, Michelle. That's why like I would try and record like as much stuff as possible beforehand so you can just relax after.
Yeah, I think with the way I'm going to do it with the travel stuff, it'll be like what you said about Casey. Like a little bit of the bag and then a time lapse to the airport and then through the customs bit, and obviously the first vape when you get off the plane in China and show people around what China's like. But the one thing I want to try and do, because I was amazed at that Huawei that I had, you know, with how close it could get in with the focus, was with a lens like this. I like doing all the going along the cabinets and doing like the slow bits and then working me up the boxes, and it's promoting the companies. But I think in China there's going to be companies I've never even heard of, so to show people what they're making.
Oh yeah, it's going to be amazing. The technology down there is mental. Like I watched a video early this morning on Facebook. Technology that was going on down there, like the food service or like these weird machines, you know, like them, like hoovers that just hoover themselves. Yeah, like that, but all over it. No, stop ringing me. Okay, so they were like food in this cover thing, covers over. It'll detect where you are down like a track, and then say if you're on the left, it'll face you, it'll open it, and you take it out, close, it'll go back to its queue, stuff like that. And then there was one that was like a 60-inch two-sided TV. So one side you're watching TV, on the other side there's a screen as well. Yeah, with it. So they got two-sided, but I'd find it awkward, like. Weird. For gaming, that'd be pretty sick actually.
Yeah.
If you bring your mate over, like you play one side and he's on the other side, that'd be just sick stuff like that, man.
See, I think is it Japan with the crazy toilets, or if China got them too?
Huh?
The toilets that have got all the buttons on them, that's Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, well, both regardless. Like,
China's got it as well.
That'll be hilarious. I'll just set the tripod up and just start pressing them all. You know what I'm like?
Don't get warm up your ass and everything. Just
Toilet review.
Oh, that's giving me an idea. Just go down, set the camera up on a tripod, looking down, and just start pressing all the buttons and see what it does.
You should have elevator music in the background.
Oh yeah.
And Mike, while you're listening, you still need to send me that little blurb, please.
Yeah.
He's been meant to be sent. I'd sent him a message the day that Chris and him went down south to speak to Vape Around, to send me a little bit of blurb about the whole background behind. Even though I've known Mike since January last year, to send me a bit of blurb about VapeTube and Vape TV. So if you want to do, I'm doing a video with all the ones that sort of like I have their logos of.
That was an interesting meeting, to say the least.
I bet it was. I bet that was. And your video, Chris, and it takes both sides to want to come to a compromise to be able to meet in the middle. And
Yep.
it can take. I know you've been busy. That's why I haven't bothered you, Mike. But it does take both sides to want to work together to come to a compromise. And I thought you handled, or from your point of view anyway, I thought you handled it very well. And it came across well in the video.
It was nice to see it as well, because obviously the video did today, but they proved it wasn't paid for. It was a piece that was created in-house, and the owner, Paul, was not happy one bit with the way it turned out, because it wasn't meant to look the way it did. And he was like, look, there's all the invoices, there's all the accounts, it was never paid for, it was us that did it. And the way we laid it out, and the way he said he nearly sacked his editor for it. Because he said the way the heat that came out from obviously my video, Vic's video, everyone else, he said it could have put the company out of business.
It could have done. It's potential, because vaping at the minute can be such a fickle place. Like you've seen how quickly Vupu have reacted. Maybe a small point to your video, Chris's, or your video, Vic's video, Mark's video about the whole Vupu thing. But that Ben, not really say a surname because I might give him any more promotion. But so that shows you and how quickly they didn't come out with a quick response. They took a very measured response and coming back out with it.
Well, they only replied to Grim.
Yeah.
But the thing with reviewers, if we don't say anything, our subscribers, if they find out, are going to be like, why didn't you say anything? And then everyone cries drama when you do bring it to people's attention. It's like, well, you come to us with the information, we give you it, and you still know we can't win.
And at the end of the day, I think a lot of companies need to understand and need to realise that the UK reviewers have got a hell of a lot of sway, and they need to start using that sway, because especially when Brexit happens, the UK is going to have its own entity, and there's a lot of ones here. And if the US keeps going the way it's going, they're not going to end up having a vape scene. So the UK vape scene is going to be one of the bigger ones out there.
Yeah. There you go. Victor said he's got a sub-ohm bit in the WhatsApp. I think the sub-ohm thing, to touch on it, I know obviously they deal with the show and stuff, but the sub-ohm bit hurt more for me than it did with the vape round bit because of how close I was with the owners. And to see the way they've done that, and for them not to answer calls, not to answer messages before anything happened, it's like that magazine, I know, is based on advertisements, as is most of the magazines. But Sub-Ohm is heavily based on them, so it can be free for everyone. And I don't know, I just feel a little bit betrayed because we had a couple of words at different shows and he was like, it's never going to happen, it's not on Sub-Ohm's horizon, we're not going to take money from big tobacco companies, no matter who it is. And it happened. I mean, it's four of them, we'll have to do that.
I take it that was the issue, more than the fact that they were advertising these products, it was the fact that they went back on their word, I think.
Yeah.
Was that really what the issue was about with that?
Yeah, because I mean, they haven't been recorded yet, but I mean, as you all know, I do a lot behind the scenes, there's constantly stuff going on. And me and Charlie speak a lot on the phone. And I mean, we were going to do, it was a laugh, I was going to do the whole paint me like one of your French girls pose and put it on a billboard in London with the Sub-Ohm logo next to it.
Yeah.
I was going to do it for a laugh, but then the ICOS thing happened, and then he was like, let's make a video where we go over to Switzerland and then we can do like a takeover, like, you know what El Cheapo have done, we can burst into their offices with like BB guns and make it look like we're taking over. I was like, that's funny, but it's still giving them publicity. And then he was like, well, that's the only way we can do it, we're not going to take money, we're not going to do anything with the tobacco money. I've been offered it, I've said no, I've got all the vape companies, they're more than happy with what I'm doing. And then, like I said in the video, one, forgivable, you know, we know it's starting to happen. The My Blue, I think Em's got it. They brought one to the shop and said, try it, it's a good pod.
Yeah.
The Logic, I haven't tried it, but they're in shops and supermarkets and stuff. The ICOS, okay, it wasn't the heat not burn. And I mentioned that, I was like, it's not as bad as it could have been. You could have slapped the heat not burn one on the front cover or, whatever. But Charlie rang me the day the video for ICOS went out and said, that was absolutely brilliant. It's good to see someone standing up and not agreeing with that kind of device in the industry. I don't think they belong at vape shows. I'd hate the fact they see the floor plan and they're at the show. If it was down to me, they wouldn't be there. Now they're in this magazine.
You see, I take, as you, Chris, I put a comment on your post. I just see it completely different. You know, at the end of the day, it's a vaping magazine, it's vaping products that's in there. I don't think big tobacco is our enemy at all. If they're trying to get into, they're trying to consolidate their business, they're starting to lose a lot of money from people not smoking anymore and moving on to vaping products. And of course they're going to diversify and move in to try and make the money back. So that I don't have an issue with. But I do think big tobacco could be a hell of a good ally against big pharma. Because they've got the money to take on big pharma.
Yeah,
a lot of other people
I agree with it in that respect, but at the same time, big tobacco wouldn't be in this industry if it wasn't as successful as it is. That's the only reason they're there, for the money they're losing.
Yeah, well, it's true in that sense, but everybody's going to be, you can look at it in a way, if your juice wasn't successful, would you be making juices?
If it didn't sell, well, obviously no. It was a gamble as it was to release it, but with what they're doing now and moving into the industry, it's okay. The vaping industry started because people were dying from smoking cigarettes. We all know that. The industry boomed. Now they're trying to get a part of it, and it's, well, why should you get a part of it? You were happy when you were killing everyone. You were happy with your billions you were making from people smoking your products. Why would you now come into this industry? And even though it's a vape product, and yeah, like I said in the video, there's companies in this industry with absolutely millions of pounds in the bank that could have easily paid for an advertisement in Sub-Ohm, and he went with big tobacco instead. It's promoting the wrong thing. Yeah.
Well, he needs the money, and Charlie's one of the first ones I'll probably turn around and say, it's not the publications aren't monthly, they aren't bi-monthly, they are as and when they can afford to print it. So they need the adverts in it. Like I don't know if you know the guy that's done all the the written reviews, your guy Dave Shiverton Hunt. I've never heard of him.
No.
You know, I'm actually in the process of doing some research into who he is, trying to find out who he is, because he's done all of them. And as I said earlier, is it something that he's had these reviews there, this guy that's done them, he's then approached the companies that make these and said, look, well, you know, we're putting these reviews in, do you want an advert? And Mike, I don't think nicotine gum or patches is making a hell of a lot of money, to be quite honest.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, Nicorette, or whoever it was that made the patches, through vaping have lost 73.5% of their global company worth.
Man.
It's pretty much wiped them out. But it's like big tobacco making vape products. Okay, it's a vape product. You're still giving your money back to someone who was quite happily sit back and let you die as a related disease from smoking. They've started losing all this money, so they're making all these kits. We're making videos, the reviewers are making videos on, you know, products made by people that are, okay, some companies are only in it for the money, I get that, but the majority of them are there to save people's lives, and that's why people come to us to watch it, to see what's good, see what's coming out next. The IQOS mesh, yeah, it's a vape product, but it's made by a company that would quite happily sit back and let you die from smoking Marlboro cigarettes. And all the money that they're now, you can't sit there and say that the money they're making from the IQOS isn't going back into making more tobacco. It's all one big pot.
Yeah.
And then they come out lately and say, oh, we're going to stop making cigarettes altogether. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
A company that's
They
making...
can't afford to take that sort of financial hit.
No, a company that's making £485 billion a year profit from tobacco, there's no way going to sit there and go, we're going to wipe that off.
It's pretty mental.
Because all they've done is cut them in half and put them in the IQOS.
But to cut you off, I have to set off and need to go out, you know.
Okie dokie.
Right.
No worries,
Dwayne.
Dwayne. Thank you for joining us.
Let me
Thank
have
you
me
for
in.
subscribing.
Chat. Yeah, it's all good anytime. Chat. Stay blessed. Everyone stay safe. Vape safe, please. Thank you very much. And I'll hope to see you maybe next week. I'll see you.
Is Sexual Chocolate going to sign us out?
The wigs like all the way in there. So I'll leave that till now.
Yeah, we'll get him next time then.
Yeah. Right. See you all later. Take it easy.
See you later.
See you later, Dave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Now, what's Vic saying there? Big Tobacco also throws money at lobbyists and doctors who are pushing for a flavour ban in the US. See?
Yeah, they're slowly taking over the starter kit market, Juul, Blue, etc., by hacksawing away at the rungs of the ladder above. They want, yeah.
Because you can I know what's going to happen, or what I think I can see is going to happen. No big tobacco company has made a mod like this yet.
It's only a matter of time before they do, though.
Possibly, but what I'm thinking is if people like the sensation and the pull from it because it's all aimed at starters, and they're quite happy to get them hooked on there. Because if you look at most of the big tobacco made products, it's all 18 or 16. It's not very low nicotine strengths. So keep them hooked on that, keep them buying the pods, till eventually the whole entire starter kit market is dominated by big tobacco branded products, and then they kill the rest of the industry from the ground up.
Yeah, it could be that way, or it could be, I know Noel's saying there that big tobacco's not Vaping's friend, never has been. But if they get into it and they can see how much money they're going to be making from vaping, they could become a vapor's friend where they just want to they're trying to make as much money as possible. And as long as if they do just stick with the starter kits, it's, you know, who better? In one sense, they are in a good place to get people to quit their products and saying, look, we now recognise that cigarettes is, you know, everybody knows that they're bad. Vaping good. And it could, if they start pushing that market, and at the end of the day, they still employ people, they still pay people's wages, and that's what everybody needs. Is people need a wage to be able to vape. You need to buy the stuff. And if they then, if the cigarette industry dies tomorrow, how many people across the world will be unemployed?
I'm just replying to him. Sorry. The way I look at it is there's so many. For what I do personally, every single day in the shop, I'm stopping people from smoking cigarettes, getting them onto a product that is made by someone that is in it for the right reasons. I would, in my personal opinion, everyone's got one like they say, but I wouldn't feel good about myself if someone came into a shop, took them off the cigarettes and gave them a tobacco company's product, because you haven't. The way I look at it, it may seem strange. I don't look at it like I've took them away from smoking, because they're still giving the money back to the same companies they were giving the money to in the first place. And if vaping was not as big as it is now, I still don't think it's as big as it can be. I still think it's going to get bigger. If the vaping industry hadn't have got as big as it has now, would they have released the kits into the market? Because they wouldn't need to. They'd still be making billions from tobacco.
Yeah, that, I can understand. I fully see your point, Chris, and I just think it's something we probably won't see eye to eye on. But as I say, and as I said in the post on your group, I would never fall out with you.
No, we won't fall out. Don't be stupid.
But there's something that I saw. There was a post I saw on Facebook that brought it a bit more round to me, and taking it out of the context of that, was that somebody had a big Mustang car sitting, and they were standing at it, and somebody walked past and goes, how many people would that car have fed? You know, if he hadn't bought that car, how many more people could he have helped? Whereas the guy turned around and said, well, that car has fed the people who have mined all the raw materials, the copper, the steel, the plastics, the people who make it, the people who make the parts for it, the people who put the car together, the people who sell the car, the people who service the car, it feeds all those. So to me, I look at it at that side of things. I know you're a bit more in the vape scene because you have a vape shop. Vic is in the vape scene because he's got now his own business, is vaping with Vic. Me as an outsider, I look at it as so what? It's big tobacco. Yeah, yes, what they're doing with tobacco is bad and everything else, but they still employ a lot of people across the world. There's still people who want to smoke, who don't want to vape, even though 90% of the world knows how bad smoking is. People still do it, and yes, they've admitted to putting ingredients into cigarettes to make it more addictive. But in the same way, and everybody pulls nicotine down. Nicotine is one of the addictive parts of a cigarette, and we still put that into vaping, but it's no more addictive than caffeine.
No.
So anybody that does anything for it, and I could probably say most of the ones out in China couldn't give two sweet fiddlers whether it's making people healthy or not. What they see in China is money. They see a way of making money. They're then pushing that out, and they're making. China doesn't care about intellectual property. Take the likes of Simon with the collie tool. Simon's not in it. Simon's in it for the good reasons to help people out. He doesn't he makes very little out of the collie tool. It's never going to make him a millionaire. But yet China just comes out with the cheap variations of it and throwing it free in with tanks and everything else. So saying about China or people in it for the health reasons, I don't believe that I believe there's very few Chinese companies in it for health reasons. They're in it for the money.
See, with my business sort of model, to say this is going to when I'm wording it sounds wrong, but to say I'm not in it for the money is. It's stupid, because obviously businesses have to make money to carry on. Exactly. I'm not in it just for the money, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the passion overtakes the money sometimes, because I didn't start the channel to make money. Obviously the business, I started to give myself a wage. If I could sell the products, keep people coming back, give myself a wage to allow myself to continue doing what I'm doing, then so be it. And it's massively took off. And that's why I can get all the latest stuff in and things. But I started, the whole brand was to get people off smoking and to get them onto vaping. And when I first started, the industry was nowhere near as big as it obviously is now. And like I said, it's probably still going to grow. I just think that what they're doing, it shouldn't be welcome. You only got to look at the general members of the public. Some of them don't even watch reviewers, don't even know who they are. They'll walk through and you can see them going, why are they here? Why are they there? They shouldn't be at them events, and they share the same opinions. But I just think they've got some kind of, what they say, like ulterior motive about them, because if they can get in and take over, that's how they're recouping the money. But it depends on how they get in. Did he get in and start working with Big Pharma, say, imagine they took over and started working together. We'll heavily regulate the industry so it's just our products. That could happen.
Yeah. But with yourself, Chris, that's why I said it's different with yourself, because your business, you're making money from it. But when you go back to your early days, your early days of doing the videos and everything else, it wasn't about money. It's about getting the message, and that's why you're slightly different, because you're a reviewer and a shop owner. Vic's different because Vic, again, he was a reviewer before he became Vaping with Vic company. But if you take Joe Blogs, there's another shop not that far down from you. Who else has heard of that shop? What are they doing for advocacy? What are they doing to
don't know. It's just all about the money.
So they're about the money. So that shop is there about the money, and if they can get people in and spending their money in there, but everybody that's probably in the chat now knows that you do a hell of a lot outside of the shop selling things, and you're actually. It's actually trying to get blood from the stone at times, trying to get you to talk about your shop, trying to talk about your products, trying to talk about you. Because 90% of the stuff you always talk about is about everything else that's happening on the vape scene, not about what's happening with you. And that's why sometimes I'm thankful that I've seen the two sides of you. I've saw you what you're like on camera, at different shows and everything else. But I've also seen you in the shop. And I've seen your passion in the shop and the way that you have that passion. And there's other ones that'll go on, you're just about drama. But at the end of the day, within some of the drama that comes up and everything else, there's always a serious message comes out of the side of it.
I wouldn't just start it for. Oh, there she is. Hey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just obviously there's a couple of reviewers that just make purely drama-based videos. It's not about that. Vic shared something a while ago. It was on a board in a train station, and it says, "No one says any." I can't remember what the exact wording was now, but no one says anything when you say nothing. But if you don't, and they always see when you're provoked or something. I can't remember what it was. Hey, how's work?
Busy.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, so I'm just eating a sausage roll.
We'll get a KFC in a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't been shopping because I was in bed.
Yeah, he's only up about an hour ago.
Yeah, I was so tired.
And anybody that doesn't know,
I just don't want to reach from my face.
The lady that's just joined, Chris, is Ems, but I think everybody in the chat should know, but that's Ems that we've been chatting about. And Chris, tell her now what you said.
That's my co-bitch.
When you're saying that's your co-bitch. She's just eating sausage rolls at the minute.
I hope it's not a vegan sausage roll.
No.
I hate eating on camera, so I'm just gonna hide and eat.
I watched talking about the vegan. There's a guy that does sort of pops up my Facebook every now and again. He does all these weird videos as well. But I just pictured you walking into Greg's and buying a proper sausage roll and a vegan sausage roll and taking the mickey out of it. But I just thought that would be a good one for your.
That would be actually quite funny.
I personally think people are scared of the number of people who are switching to vaping.
I'm hungry, okay?
The loss of profits, and now trying different ways of covering the loss. They are knowing.
I haven't vaped today.
What is their betting on a dual last product standing?
Well, Juul's now 35% owned by tobacco companies.
Why is it though? Talking about Juul, why is the Juul so popular? It doesn't taste very well, sausage roll.
I don't know. I mean, I got one when I was in the States, and it was a good pod system, but it's nothing special.
This is what I tried the Juul.
It was 60.
Yeah, I only liked it because it was 60 milligram.
But the likes of the Hexa or the Paladin to me are two fantastic little pod pen systems. Yep. And I've tried the Juul. I just couldn't see how the Juul would beat any of those two.
It's nothing special. I mean, I got one because you can only get them at the time I got mine, pretty much from the States. So it was something to bring back that you couldn't get over there. And then I lost it and then found it again. I lost it for good now because I was going to do a review on it, but I'm glad I didn't because of what they've done. But for me, it was obviously the whole 50 and 60 milligram menthols in it was brilliant the way it worked. And I think I left it in a taxi when we went to yours, didn't I? I can't remember where it's gone now, but it's sad what they've done. On that one or this one?
Is Juul not so big from all the bad publicity they've been getting with the whole dueling and the kids sort of film when they've got going on there, because like they say any publicity,
Oh god, I look like even
positive or
smaller than I actually
negative,
am.
is good publicity. So they've got their name out there the wrong way. So they're creating a sensation aimed towards children. Not necessarily, they didn't market it towards children. However, children have jumped on the bandwagon. They so say. So they're getting their name out there.
But it's like they say, no publicity is bad publicity, and bad publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
In a sense, because it keeps the name out there. So it's all about how you handle that publicity. You know, it's like a reviewer slating a reviewer. Some reviewers will get slated and bounce back and just go, right, this is that. Whereas other reviewers will take that bad publicity and go, so geez, I'm not doing this no more, and run away with it. So it's about how they handle it. And Dual, even though they've had so much bad publicity, I think in a marketing sense, they have actually trumped it, and they've kept that name there, and they've kept it going. No matter what they've been thrown at them, they've still pulled through, and they're still selling absolutely shitloads.
I don't even know why was it. I don't get why it was cool for kids to use one, because all the pod systems look the same.
Yeah. It's those fads that come along. It's like something will be absolutely fantastic, and not get any recognition whatsoever. Something may be crap, but it just takes a little bit for something to go viral, and as soon as it goes viral, that's it. It will balloon, no matter how crap it is. It's like your guy Ben Phillips. Lots of his, Christ, I've said his surname now, but a lot of his videos, you're like, what the hell? Why would people even want to see that? But yet he's got a million. He gets millions of views on his videos.
Vic just said it there. Juul have a 70% share of the entire vaping market in the US.
70%.
You should see a pub. She's got a pub in the garage and it's called Leather Spoons.
Nice.
You'll have to,
so cool.
Sam, you'll have to give Ems the tour again.
Yeah, Ems the tour, so let's say.
Watch this.
So it's called Leather Spoons for obvious reasons.
Okay, that's pretty epic.
Look at this though.
You can barely see it from all the vape. There's
so jealous.
We've got the
washing machine. Washing machine.
Have you accidentally hit the washing machine with a dart? Please tell me yes.
It's a tumble dryer. No, we haven't hit the machine with a dart, but the amount of times we take out the light playing darts is unreal.
Nice.
So, Sam, does your wife, does she come out to play games with you, like Toll and things like that? Does she mind being in the vape then?
No, but I have to direct the vape out the pub door.
I need a garage.
It's pretty epic. We just need a bigger house in general.
Yeah, I'd have it.
I want a big basement, I say man cave, but obviously it would be mine.
You'd have a lab.
I don't want a lab.
You would have
science cave, bat cave, science cave.
The only thing that concerns me with being out here is I fell into the trap of thinking, oh my god, it'd be amazing, just get a HD camera, set up the mic, and I'm good to go with this laptop. And I was so wrong, because this laptop's nowhere near powerful to run everything that it needs to do all at once. And I just threw the towel in, thought, I can't be doing with this, running around and pressing play on my phone, recording, coming back. So I kind of fell out of love with the whole reviewing, so just didn't put any reviews up over Christmas and whatnot. With the help of Chris over at Lethal, he's like, no, we can do it, we do it. Managed to get it up and running to a point where it's okay, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm now going to have to upgrade the laptop to a PC, and I'm just concerned that if I put a PC out here, although it's insulated, it's a proper garage stroke pub, it is very cold. But Chris was saying the colder the environment for the tower, the better. So
you don't need to spend hundreds or even thousands on a starter PC either.
Yeah.
You just need something that's got a bit of memory and a decent processor.
Yeah.
And a graphics card.
Yeah.
Have the graphics card house.
But you don't need top end stuff. I mean, yeah, I've got it because I play games. But
there's Vic in there. You need a Ryzen.
If you want to be laughed at, get a Ryzen. If you want proper stuff, go Intel.
You'll hate me now. Also, hello to everyone that said hey.
They all
That was
say
all
hi
that,
back
I'm
in.
just gonna say hi.
They could be sat there now going, right fucking there.
I can just hear him, bastard.
Yeah.
He's just told Noel to fuck off, so there you go.
That's because Noel came out with Kangaroo Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Smock made PCs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want a Smock made PC because they'd have a different one out every other week.
Yeah. No, that's a good point actually. If your garage is cold, well, it depends what you're doing, but I know if I'm gaming and streaming at the same time, this thing will pump out stupid amounts of heat. So it probably acts as a little bit of a heater, but...
I know.
And it would probably be, if you do get a PC in your garage, is to leave it running all the time. That way it won't get the damp in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just keep it low under a desk, maybe put it on something to raise it off the floor, but get an enclosed tower, because I've seen PCs now that are all open components to look fancy. If you vape it, you'll just kill it with the VG. Keep it low, keep it in an enclosed tower with maybe vents at the back, so that it all comes out the back, and just keep an eye on it when you're cleaning your components. I open it every now and again and just run my finger along, and if it's got VG on, then I'll wipe it, but there's not much.
I think I'll put a shelf in under here behind the bar floor so it's not literally sat on the...
Yeah, just raise it from the floor. Well, no, I mean, you see all sorts of horror stories of PCs dying from VG and stuff. Just keep them low, vape away from it, and just keep an eye on it. You'll be fine. I vape a lot and mine's fine.
I just noticed it's 5 o'clock. It must be 5 o'clock, so my heating's come on.
Yeah, it's 5:15 actually, but we'll not argue.
2 hours 45 in the stream. It's still people in the chat, so I don't care. Keep going.
Yeah, as long as there's not, I'm happy enough to stay on. If everybody else is happy enough to put up with us.
We're all in a KFC, yeah.
I'm making the most of getting Chris, but not only did I get Chris on the show, we've got Ems on the show.
You get Ems as well? Yeah.
2 for 1.
Yeah. And I just have to, just because Ems is here. But it was so funny because
you don't need to buy me a separate popcorn chicken meal because that bucket comes.
Oh, we're getting there. Yeah, we're literally just eating at the same time.
Yeah, you see, you can order your KFC online. We can't do that here.
Oh god, there's sinners coming up with.
It's a mistake letting us order KFC online.
VG helps the PC take things bigger than 3.5 inches. Lovely.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So that's your lie.
and got it, Chris. You've got bloody McDeliveries.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That's also a mistake.
KFC's on Just Eat and Mackey's is on Uber Eats, and so's Subway now.
It's bad.
Oh,
it's
God.
bad.
I got a Subway to the shop yesterday, and they bring it in like a little box with your butty cut in
I
half.
haven't had a break today, so I'm just like starving and.
You in your official uniform now, get you?
Yeah, I am wearing my game uniform.
Nice.
Just looking at
They
it.
are the worst t-shirts ever, but I've suffered with that one for months, so it's actually nice to have my own uniform finally.
Right. Mike, if you're still there, I see you've subbed to Vape Lounge NI. Make sure you sub to Switch My Wix as well. You're up to 60. You're in 63 now, Sam.
Cool.
Are you uploading to VapeTube as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Good, because that is the future. VapeTube is going to be where this is running now on VapeTube or on YouTube. Everything's going to be on VapeTube.
Yeah, what I was doing was just copying and pasting the URL link across, but now I'm just uploading the same way.
Yeah, just upload it properly. Don't, because if you copy and paste the URL in, it's not given. It's still giving your YouTube the figures. Whereas if you upload it, it's given VapeTube, which helps them go out to sponsors and say, look, with this number of people uploading, we've got this number of people subscribing and everything else. So.
Lance, thanks for stopping in, dude. You take care. We'll see you again.
Have fun on Battlefield 4.
You're very welcome. Get the wee button pressed and press the wee bell and we're coming up. We've also got a Facebook page as well.
It's fine, we're ordering more. We are not going to eat all of that.
No, we got less than last time.
Oh my god.
And we had like 4 popcorn chickens down it.
Oh my god.
And Mike,
They always give us extra shit as well. It's not like they pay attention to what they give us.
And sometime in the next month, if you can send me that across and I'll get the wee video. Because I just want to get a wee video to say thank you to everybody. That's my shameless plug out of the way.
Yeah.
But no, and if anybody else out there hasn't subscribed, there is a lowly subscriber in the chat. He's on 51 subs. We're only getting to 52.
I love how he says he's a struggling reviewer.
Yeah, he's a very struggling reviewer.
Yeah.
That sucks to be you, Mo.
He put a shout out in one of the vlogs, so I'm going to start bringing the vlogs back, and he asked for a shout out because he was a struggling UK reviewer.
You do need to bring the vlogs back.
You
Because
do.
we need that Ask Christina section.
I know.
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely.
you have to have it back and ask the Christina section, definitely.
I need you though to do that.
100%. What do you need me? Oh, makeup, yeah.
Yeah.
Ems, you need a
Yeah.
science section in there too.
The science section?
Yes.
No, that's exclusive to the bitches, so if you want that, you're going to have to tune in.
Well, I'm
Yep.
tuning into the bitches anyway, so that, what you do, you need to have science section, and then start talking about what the BG can potentially do to the body and things like that. Get all that stuff out there.
See,
Yeah, no,
that-
my
that-
science is bitch exclusive now, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Thanks for the sub, Last Dragon.
Yeah, see there he
He
is,
doesn't.
struggling
But,
with
yeah.
your.
The only thing Victor was to do is see everything. No, that's me at work. Everyone's like, which card machine is it? And I was like, I've no fucking clue. I can't see over the barriers.
Can't you?
No.
Oh, no, it's quite tall, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I literally have to physically properly lean over and go, it's that one.
You must be this
Struggles
tall to
to
work
make
at
Oh
Game.
no,
that
it's
much.
really bad because obviously we've got all the stuff on the walls. I can't reach the top shelf. So someone's like, I want that headset in the top corner. I'm like, you can have it, but I actually can't reach it.
Where did you actually work, Ems?
Game?
Game.
Mm-hmm.
Hence
the shirt that says game.
Yeah.
It cost me a fortune. She's like, come at me from work, babe. No, it's not payday yet.
Yeah, but discounts.
I have to read the guide for Res.
Yeah.
Because there's one way I can go, but I don't think I'm still going to. She got me Resident Evil the other day, and I nearly broke my PlayStation last night. Because I'm stuck because I haven't picked something up that I was meant to, so can't get past, so it's just a loop of death scenes.
Yeah, your rage woke me up.
Did it?
Yeah. You're like, this fucking game, and then you threw the controller, and then you're like, yeah, no, you did it on the bed. You threw it on the bed, and I was like, oh my god, babe.
If you want to laugh though, I mean, we went to Brewdog last night, and there's this arm I'm not even lifting at the minute. It was raining, so the hoodie and the coats and stuff were all soaking. It was hilarious, and I wanted someone to film it. I put them on the back of the chair, gone and got the beers, luckily put them on the table, and then just sat on the floor because the chair had tipped over. But as I've sat on the floor, it's gone under my arm, and all under my arm and my shoulders all purple now.
It's like,
Oh, lovely.
Purple.
Purple. It's like Tony, the camera.
fucking hell.
Yeah, it's so.
I take it there's some epic bruisage going on.
Oh, it's like blood blistery.
Oh,
It's
no.
all like blood under the skin. Oh,
Ow.
oh.
It's little.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna
that'll
be
be
fun to
sore.
No, you're not poking it.
You just make sure you don't piss her off then, Chris. Because she'll hold that weapon against you.
I
until
just
that
do it
bruising
anyway.
goes away.
Like, he doesn't even have to piss me off. Things like that. I'm just like, oh my god, I really want to poke it. Big bruises.
Yeah, when
I'm
you
like,
least expect it.
does it hurt?
You wanted to poke it last night because you were saying about stopping the bruising.
The best thing to do with a bruise, no matter how much it hurts, is to actually massage it because it increases the blood flow to the area and breaks up the blood vessels and stuff that are broken under the skin. It helps it heal
Yeah, so
faster.
it goes away quicker. Yeah.
Yep, it's true. It helps.
Science.
Science.
I was saying before because he was talking about what we're like.
No, she just said my arm looks like a resi arm because I have a massive birthmark on it.
Oh, you
Purple arm.
draw an eye on it, then you'll be like the boss. Roy was saying before about the sense of humour, and I said I keep singing that song.
Oh god, don't get it in my head again. But yeah, today was really busy for
Like
Sunday.
Two-Face off Batman.
Like on a Sunday, people should just stay in beds and not come into town.
That's what I did.
I like people like that because it means my job's nice and easy. And it's so busy too.
Oh, you missed what I did before. Because of the bed with the door and knocking on it.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I thought I'd done enough. I was half asleep, needed to go for the early morning pee. Half asleep, opens the door. It didn't open fully, so I went bang into the door.
Babe and Nori, take it easy.
See you later, Nori. Thanks for popping in.
How many bits to poke
And
it?
because we have two of the bitches on there, folks. If you want to watch any of the reruns of the bitches of Eastwick, they are all uploaded onto VapeTube. So make sure you go across and you subscribe to them on VapeTube, and you'll get notified every time they get launched up there. If you're not there to see them on a Friday night, which is between 8 and 10ish.
Yeah, well, it's scheduled for between 8 and 10, but sometimes we tend to go on a little bit
That's
longer.
why I said 10ish.
Yeah.
So you can get across, and it is. I have to say, this is coming from a viewer from a long time. Everything else, since you've gone on to Twitch, the show is now starting to go where it should have been able to go previously. It was probably strangled by. When it was on YouTube, it was strangled by constraints, what you could say, what you could do, and everything else. But now, you're on Twitch, you're just.
Oh, look at that! Look, see, there's a reason why we love you. That's why you have a spanner. Yeah, he's just spamming the links out. He's a genius.
Oh shit. Mo T-Virus.
That's pretty cool, to be fair.
Andy's just asked how the collection's going. I'm guessing he means for Tony. We're just hovering around £1,000 at the minute. The auction's going to be on Tuesday, I think, on my channel. Probably after I get in from work, about 8 o'clock onwards. So I'm going to need, hopefully, like Bunny and Gail, and that'll be around. But for keeping track of bids and winners and all that stuff, I'm not going to do it on my own. And you're in work late, aren't you?
Well, I can help out, not a problem.
Yeah, and I think obviously for trolls and stuff as well, because there's already been a couple of troll comments on the video, so.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'll be about as well, so.
Cool.
These trolls won't stop at nothing, will they?
No. Someone accused me of making money off Tony's death the other day for having the video monetized when I uploaded it from my phone, and the channel's default settings are already set to monetize anyway.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, I saw that. I was very angry at that comment, actually.
The thing is, it's ridiculous because I've already said that anything that comes in as a result of the live stream super chat money, anything that comes in from, because I can see individually analytics from the videos, anything that comes in as a result of any adverts on that are all going in the pot anyway. So
therefore, it makes
so technically you're not making any money off it at all.
No.
It's going to Tony's family.
Yeah.
And it's why I said, Chris, I know people may have seen my post on your page, where I commended you for everything you do, because at the end of the day, no matter what's happened, whether it's been Vic's break-in, whether it's Tony's sad passing, you're putting back in there and you're helping everybody as much as possible. And even you could go back as far as the Bitches show when they had their auction, the amount of stuff you gave to that. Which was auctioned off, which is out of your pocket in a sense as well.
Yeah.
You've posted it out and everything else. So you do put as much back into the business as you are getting out of it.
As you're getting out of it, yeah.
We'll do the night. I mean, the top side retails for $79.99. I've matched all the big companies with the price, and I think it sold for $90. And I threw £10 extra into that. It rounded it up to $100, so it was just a round number to go into the pot. But the flowers. Unfortunately, florists see you coming, and they're ridiculously expensive. Like the custom one that we're making in the EV logo is looking like it's going to be about 250 quid.
Jesus.
And that's just standard size. The flowers that I'm sending to his wife are going to be about 80 to 100. So there's £350 gone. I don't think his wife actually personally wants the money. I'm going to offer it anyway, but if not, it's all going to go to the hospice he was at. And I'll post a photo of either the cheque or the cash or whatever, just to be transparent. I shouldn't have to do it, but the trolls just don't believe you.
The trolls are just...
We'll go and deliver it ourselves. Yeah, we'll go and hand deliver it.
So I can put it into a bit of a vloggy bit. It's a bit morbid, but this is to prove that it's going to where it's saying it's going, or I'll film the transfer.
It's sad that you have to do that, but at the same time, at least it's completely open and honest with
Tony was my mate. Why would I make money off from Daniel? It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the first person. Whenever Tony was diagnosed, you're one of the first people round to his house.
Yep.
You were one of the very first people. All the people out there that so-called say that Tony, I know that nobody else physically went round. You went round there.
What people haven't seen either is when I went round to when he's vaping a coil that's completely fried and the house stinks of burning because he can't taste it. And I said to his wife, if he ever gets to the stage where you smell burning, let me know and I'll come and change his coils. All the box of 50 juices that I gave to him, all the coils and cotton and everything else that was given to him to keep him vaping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's that side of things that people don't see, and I suppose there is a few in the inner circle that do know that, but nobody in the inner circles would ever break your trust of going out and saying this is what Chris does. But it's why it hurts me personally when I see people having an attack at you, for reasons, just because you're a big personality. That is the thing. Your own personality comes out there, and you do things that other people may perceive as being facetious or being big-headed. But at the end of the day, it's because you're just that sort of personality. And you want
I
to
didn't put it on the channel or on the groups. I mean, obviously, I took the photo with him and put it on the group so people could see he was still around and how he was doing. But what's the point of going, I've took Tony this, man, I've given him this? I don't want the thanks for it. I did it because he's a friend.
Exactly.
And to see that the fact that he's now actually gone, it's heartbreaking because he was a lovely guy. And like I said, he was at the shop from the minute we opened. He was there on day one. He believed in it and supported it, so it's the least I could do.
Yeah, Tony was an absolute gentleman, and I for one am proud to have been able to class him as a good friend, and he is going to be very, very much missed by everybody that knew him.
I never met the guy personally, but I spent many a time talking to him in BC.
Yeah.
And also on shows as well, and there's people have tried. The Vape Detective, to me, is what Tony was synonymous for. People have tried to do that, but nobody could have pulled that off the way that he pulled it off.
Well, as a bit of a tribute to Tony, we're working on doing sort of resurrecting the Vape Detective on the bitches, because I know Tony would have got a real kick out of that, and that's what we're going to do. As it stands at the minute, I am still current Vape Detective. So yeah.
Even though
we girls have talked, and we're going to sort of try and resurrect it. We won't do it justice, not the same way Tony did, but we are it's going to be like our little tribute to Tony, really, to keep the Vape Detective alive.
Is his pipe one of those items that's up for auction?
I'm guessing it probably will be in the collection, but I'm sort of like that. I don't know. His pipe was Tony, wasn't it? So I don't know whether to just mount it on a little thing and leave it sat there.
Yeah. I think get it mounted and have it set on the shelf behind you.
Well, I've put his name on my little signboard, but he had his little Snap movie board thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put that next to Ryan's letter so that when I make my reviews, because of the new angle I do it on, you can see everything behind, so it's there. But the majority of the mods, pretty much all of them, I think I've already got, and I know what Tony was like. I mean, there'll be an RX 200. See you, Vic.
Bye, Vic.
There'll be an RX 200 Wismith. And then I'm okay, it's an old mod, but you would swear it was brand new out the box because he just looked after everything.
Yeah.
You could tell that from the setup that he had. Everything was just sitting there, and even the pipe looked brand new, even though he just sat there with it and all the time, and it just.
Well, he's left everything. I mean, he actually wrote it down. He had a book because people, obviously, I didn't really update anyone because it wasn't nice things to say, but. He had to write everything down because he kept on forgetting things. And where the tumour was that he had, it was pushing into the part of his brain that affected his short-term memory. So the things he remembered from when I first went to see him was the Empire logo. He knew that was me, but he couldn't remember my name. And then he got it back, and then it upset him a bit, but then he picked up a bit. And he wrote down in his book, his wife said, we've been through this notepad that he had. And it was, when I eventually go, here's Chris's shop number, here's Chris's mobile number, he'll get everything out to everyone and he'll organise that thing, and I'm leaving everything to be vape related to him. So it's a bit of an honour, like people saying it's like trolling and stuff.
That was Tony, but he was just so generous. He was generous to a fault.
Yeah, he was.
And yeah, it's a big personality that's sadly no longer here.
I mean, I know he put the links to the shop and things on some of his reviews, but when he came to the vape meet, I gave him a box of mods, tanks, everything, and said, keep going with your videos, to try and keep his mind off it. Mm-hmm. And he got to a point when he couldn't remember what he was saying about the mods, so he said he's going to have to take a back seat from it, but he loved it.
I didn't know him personally, obviously, and I never spoke to him. I've only subscribed to his channel and whatnot, but in his reviews and stuff, he comes across like he's such a genuine nice, down to earth, will give you the shirt off his back kind of guy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you can't lie on camera. You are who you are on camera, and he just, in every review I've watched of his, he just come across such a genuine guy.
He was.
He was.
Very, very, very genuine guy.
It's the one person, and my reviews in a way, it was his style. I tried, but unsuccessfully tried to copy a little bit, and I actually spoke to him about it and said, look, it's the relaxed, the way you come across is what I want to try and do in my reviews. And he says, look, just sit down and relax and chill and just do it that way.
Just be yourself.
And just be yourself. And that was what he said to me at the very start, because whenever I started just doing written reviews to start with, and it was actually Tony that was one of the ones that said, look, you know, you're good in camera, do video reviews. And so I can, you know, attribute it was Tony that was, sorry folks, it's Tony's fault that I do videos.
Well, one of the things I've seen in the comments, I've got a subscriber, I think he's probably subscribed to pretty much everyone. Robbie F was having problems, and Tony said, give me a number, and called him privately and told him and sorted it.
Yeah. You know, you go through the list of people that he's helped. I know that he's helped. He's helped Pete on many occasions with vaping at Pete's place. He's helped me. He's, as you say, Noel's put up there. He was subscribed to everybody as soon as somebody came onto the scene. Tony subscribed to them. He commented. He was always there helping. Always.
Yeah.
So, but
He'll be missed, that's for sure.
Bastard.
Yeah, definitely will be missed.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Tony for the win.
But to me, there's people that's come on, whether it's through VUKN or through other shows I've watched, that come onto the vaping scene and they disappear, but nobody. You sort of go, well, who? And you sort of maybe come across an old video of him or something, and you're like, well, who was that? But Tony was somebody that was always there in everybody's thoughts. That's the sort of person he was. That everybody missed him. Because people were always asking, and you always seen people in chats, you know, how's Tony and how's Tony this, and nobody ever forgot the guy.
No.
And it takes somebody really special for that to happen. But there's people that say have come and went, and nobody's went, well, who were they? It's like, I know if I stop doing videos tomorrow, there'll be very few people, maybe one, Ryan, would maybe miss it. But you know, and it's also, that's why I love the vape community. And like John Nash, who comes in, John Nash is subscribed to everybody. I'm really positive he's subscribed to everybody. He'll comment on everybody's videos and everything else.
Yeah.
But I class him as my #1 fan. Because I put a video out, within 5 minutes of that video being out.
Yeah, John's giving it a thumbs up on a comment. Yeah, John's like a super fan, isn't he? It's almost like stalkerish nearly. It's like he's sitting there waiting for you to upload that video.
But I didn't. There was a while, till the end of last year, when I was a dark place again. I didn't put any videos out, and I get emails from John asking when the videos were.
I'm the same. If I don't upload for a bit, I get people sending me messages and stuff. Are you okay? Like, it was the scary thing when I went to America, because I didn't post on like social media until I got Wi-Fi and stuff. When I put my Wi-Fi on, it was, did you get there safe? Are you there? You're okay? I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Same thing. I think if you go into VUKN archives, you can go and watch. Go back and watch some of the Vape Detective shows. Do you see what?
He didn't really do the Vape Detective on
That was on his own channel.
that was on his own channel.
Yeah.
But a lot of his other, like he did the Friday night show after us over on there, and that's all still in the archives. So, because Chris, you were on that with him.
Yeah, YouTube don't delete channels, do they, if they become dormant?
No.
Not as far as I'm aware, no.
Yeah, because what I was going to say is, I mean, I don't know if it will be or not, but...
I'm going to close the room here.
Okay. She can get the food. If it's PC for any reasons, remember there's password, but then it's... I don't even know how you would do it. I don't know if you can contact YouTube and say, look, do not delete this channel. It's like a tribute to the guy now. He's obviously passed away. Or whether you could contact them and say, can someone have access to it? I don't know, because I'd be gutted if they shut it down on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be gutted too.
Well,
but
I think the only thing that you could keep it live would be to comments or things like that.
David's your mum and dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to jump off. My mum and dad have turned up for my birthday.
Oh, right.
When's your birthday?
It's on Wednesday, but they've come to give me the
Wednesday.
stuff because I'm not here. I'm away at a gig. I
Well,
thought it was the food.
happy birthday for Wednesday. And thank you very much for popping on.
Oh, no, you're welcome. I thought it was
and
the food,
Chris-
but...
And Chris, I will no doubt see you on Tuesday for the auction. So
Yeah, I need as many mods as possible, obviously, for the trolls and to keeping track of bids and addresses and things.
Well,
So.
I'll be there and thereabouts as well, so I'll make sure I've keep time and space for it. So.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for letting us come on.
Not a
yeah,
problem.
no worries, Chris. Catch you
Thank you.
again.
Cool. See you later.
Yeah, Chris.
Bye.
Bye.
It's all gone quiet.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going in the middle between these two. I don't care. So, Sam, how have you enjoyed being? I know we haven't had much chance to talk about you because we've had lots on. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? And I know you've mentioned why you sort of started doing things. How long have you been doing the reviews now?
So I opened the channel at, it must have been probably late November kind of time-ish. It was before Christmas. And I thought, I fell into the trap of thinking, I've got a laptop, I'll upgrade the webcam, I'll get a mic, and I'm all good to go. And started uploading, and then suddenly hit a brick wall. I had some like real life stuff going on with my son and whatnot. Then I got ill over Christmas, and I was like, do you know what, can I really be bothered to get back out here and do the reviews? So I enlisted Chris over at Lethal Coils' help with like software issues and stuff, because this laptop was so funky it wouldn't even download the correct drivers for the C920. And I sat here and I was just like, I feel like I've got all the gear and no idea. However, we've managed to get round the software issues, and yeah, I'm back into the reviewing. The quality in the picture on my reviews isn't what I'm happy with. However, when I upgrade to a PC, then it will be. But you know, it's all got to come in time.
Your PC won't change your the quality.
What, the picture quality?
It won't. No.
Yeah, not with the camera, because
No.
the camera will give you the same picture quality no matter what system you use.
But on this laptop, I don't have enough. The processors aren't powerful enough. I don't have a powerful enough processor, and is it powerful enough RAM?
That's only if you're doing streaming and things like that. What I would suggest, rather than one way of going down it without spending a load of money on a PC and everything else, is get yourself a DLSR camera. Because that's what I started doing. I've got I have a C920 up there, but a DLSR camera records in a good enough quality of the picture.
Yeah.
And then by using the programs, then you're up doing it, because your YouTube uploads are only at 720p anyway. But the better the camera recording is going to make your better picture. Upgrading your processor and everything else, the only thing that allows you to do is to stream better if you're doing live shows. But if you're for videos and everything else, it's better having a DLSR camera. If you actually look at the way all like to Chris, like they're all going with DLSR cameras to do the recording for the reviews, and then Chris has got the upgrade from the C920 camera. But you don't need a lot of processing power to actually. It'll just take longer to render it.
Yeah. And I was getting like audio issues too, like there was a crackle in it and whatnot. So I'll have a look into the DSLR camera, see if that's the way forward.
Yeah, just say I noticed the quality difference in my reviews when I started doing the DSLR camera. It's a lot crisper and clearer, and then you just need I got this wee mic off Amazon, 14 quid, and it's a lapel mic. So you just click the lapel onto it, so you're getting the perfect sound. You don't have to worry about where the sound is or how you move, because it's just always static to you. And then the camera, the only problem is I get the sound in the camera focusing, but I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll have to put some more overtime in, and the thought of being in that place any longer than I have to be drives me insane.
But then what you can do is, but once if you've got a laptop, Because you just take out the memory card, you can take it into the house and then sit and edit in the house.
Mm.
Well, we've got the bitches of Eastwick in.
Hi. I'm wondering that's probably Darren.
Either Darren or Zan.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about the marketing. And lighting, you need good lighting.
I'll just ask the bitches account. Is it the one with the flu or the one without the flu? Because if it's the one with the flu, then it's Darren.
Darren got the flu. Darren got man flu.
Yes, Darren's got man flu. I think he's got Ebola or something like that, you know.
Manbola.
Is it fuck Darren? Yeah, it's Zan.
That's the I usually thought. I thought it was Zan to start with.
Yeah.
Because Zan is the marketing guru of the bitches to me. That's when I think of the marketing.
Zan, really, in all honesty, Zan is our lifeblood. We wouldn't be able to survive if it wasn't for that man. He's an absolute genius.
But that's what I see Zan as.
Zan's no, Zan's not the biggest bitch. Darren is the biggest bitch. Okay.
What time do you call this? Yeah, we should have finished an hour and 15 minutes ago. I am starting to get hungry. There's possibilities Tony's videos are still stored in his PC. Exactly, Andy. I say what I'll do is I'll see what I can do with downloading his videos anyway. Welsh Dragon and Vapor, very welcome and glad you could have joined us and get the doggy walked.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Dragon.
Did someone call me?
There's Keely. Hello, babe. You just missed Em. She was on with us for a bit there as well, but Chris's mum and dad have just appeared, so they had to hop off.
Is this your first live show, Sam, or?
No, I come on towards the end of one of the bitches.
Yeah, we did.
That was way before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was about a week or so before Christmas, because it was actually our second show on Twitch, because we did the first show that Friday night, and then we did the Sunday night one. That was at the start of December, so. And
who else helped you, Sam?
Sorry?
And who else helped you?
You.
Thank you.
But yeah. But yeah, no, Sam's been on a couple of lives. Were you not on with Chris at one point as well?
No.
No?
This is the first live with Chris. Thanks for the sub last round.
No, I don't mean that Chris. I mean the other Chris, as in Lethal.
Oh no! I've not been on one of his lives.
Ah, right. Yeah, we had Chris on with us on the bitches one night on Twitch. Me and Darren ended up going on because Ale wasn't well and Ems was at work and she took sick on the way home from work. So me and Darren ended up just going on. We ended up calling Chris in along with us. So he's a good laugh.
Yeah.
So Lethal's a good laugh. So.
Yeah, he's a top fella.
Yeah.
The hours
he's a nice bloke.
that he's put in to help me through VC is just like phenomenal. It's unreal.
Mhm. Yeah, he's a good lad.
So what's next for your channel, Sam?
I'd like to get better at the editing because the software I'm using at the minute, I haven't really got my head around doing it.
What did you get in the end?
Shortcut.
Get DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Get that. It is so easy to edit with. And
yeah, that's the one you use, isn't it?
Yeah, you can speed up your clips, you can reverse the clips. Actually, my last review, I did a bit where I vaped in reverse. And it's so easy, it's literally 5 buttons is all you're using.
Yeah.
Using forwards, backwards and stop. So that's your J, K and L. And then you've got your I and O for your in and out, where you want to bring the clip in and where you want to take the clip out. And you just drag it down to your timeline and it is so easy. If you want to put pictures in, if you want to put captions in, it is a cinch.
Yeah.
It'll take you, I reckon, half an hour if you sit and playing with it, you'll have it mastered.
So yeah, I'd like to get better with the editing. I'll have a look at that. And just keep going and doing what I'm doing.
Zan.
I love you, Sam.
Zan's taking over from Saintly.
Yeah, hold on, Roy. You should know by now, Roy, that if Zan isn't trolling you, there's something wrong.
I know.
You know.
That's good. I think it's all good life.
Oh, It's all part of the fun, isn't it? You know you made it when you get trolls.
So that's what you've got. That's what you've got to look forward to, Sam. Is
Oh,
trolls.
the trolls.
But you get the good trolls and you get the bad trolls. You've got the ones like Sainty and Zan. When Zan's on form, Zan's on fire.
Oh, he's lethal.
And he'll have you.
Then you've got
have you in
Sinner.
stitches. You've got Sinner. That just takes. If you're not ready in the gutter for a show or in the gut, Sinner is guaranteed to take it there.
Yeah.
And if he ever says to you, Sam, can I show you my alarm clock? Say no.
Say no. Say no. Or if he ever asks you what something smells like, avoid it at all costs. It's probably chloroform. But
and if summer failed, go inspect some taxis.
Yeah, you see, there's another example. Andy's one of our nicer trolls as well.
These are all nice trolls, but then don't do the same mistakes as I've done. Whenever you get a big massive reviewer coming in and trolling you, and then you ban them.
Yeah, we had somebody come into one of our shows one night was just going a little bit too far with the filthy comments, and we had asked him to stop, and he came in straight away with an even worse filthy comment, and he was timed out, or so I thought. He was timed out. No, turns out he was banned. So yeah.
Mike, take it easy, sir. Really good to see you coming into the live show. And folks, there will be live shows coming eventually to VapeTube, and it is just a matter of making sure that everybody that's in chat has subscribed over there and watches stuff over there, because the more views and likes and everything else that VapeTube gets, the quicker they can grow.
Kirsten, you lie.
Kirsten's a resident angel.
Yeah, Hell's Angel.
Here's a filthy comment for you, dirty windows.
Yeah, exactly, Mo.
Mo, I've heard in your household there's not very many dirty windows.
Either well licked, aren't they?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. Gail.
Nothing wrong with my scrum. Jesus, Gail.
We were talking about that earlier, so we know what that comment means.
That was hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, I just about died whenever that happened. That was just brilliant.
But it's keep going with your channel. I have watched, unlike another caster, I have actually watched some of your reviews. I haven't watched them all. I can't say that. I've watched quite a few of them.
Was that aimed at me?
No.
Wasn't they taping?
No.
Whoop your ass, boy.
No.
And yes, I'm well aware we need a step ladder.
It was a certain show that I used to go on to, and this is at the point I didn't do video reviews.
Oh yes, I'm with you now.
Keeping this in mind, Sam, I did not do video reviews at this point when I went onto this show. And I was on it 3 or 4 times. I was on it quite a few times actually. But he said to me on cast and everything else, I've watched all your videos. I hadn't done a video. I did written reviews. I then had to explain to him what a written review was. So
yeah, that's right.
But no, so I'm not going to say I've watched all of them. But you know, a little bit. I'm in no position to give anybody any constructive criticism on their videos. But the last one you put up there, the caramel custard one, you did my bugbear.
Which was, tell me.
Which is this.
Yeah, it's like...
It's the dead air.
The dead air.
The dead air, and then the...
Yeah.
Which I'm like...
4.5 minutes. 4.5 minutes, and I didn't know what the just was meant to be. What it just like.
But that's where I fell into the trap of thinking, oh, it's easy to talk about something, and in actual fact it isn't, because you've got no one coming back at you. It's not like a normal conversation. And I'm sitting there, I'm vaping, I'm trying to think, and at the same time as thinking what I'm tasting and how I can put that across, there's just silence.
Yeah. Which is why...
But, you know, it's going to come in time, isn't it?
It is, which is why whenever I do mine, like all my just review videos, all the 80 bits, I speed up and put music in it.
Yeah.
just to give the beauty bits, and then I've got my thoughts all together for when I come back off that again, and then on what I'm tasting. Plus, I always vape the juices for at least 2 or 3 days beforehand, so that I know they're like in different devices. I know what it's like in the morning or afternoon, something like that. And half the time I forget to say, you know, if there wasn't. 9 times out of 10, there's no difference, but the times there is a difference, I will say.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can. That was the only. Your description, once you got into the descriptive part of the juices and everything else, it was really good, and how you described the juices and everything else was really good. It's just that's my bugbear, and I think that's what would stop me from watching all your videos. Just have to sort of jump through them and try and find the bits that you're just going.
Yeah. And I'd like to get into reviewing the hardware too, but I think for the here and now, I just try and sort of like polish up on the juice reviews, and then once they come together a bit better, then get into the hardware.
Yeah, like I do struggle when it comes to the hardware reviews, but to me it was the Strider review that I've only recently put out. I recorded that 4 times over the last 6 or 7 months. There was times when I forgot to press record on the camera. There was times when I didn't have any sound. There was times whenever it just was pure crap. Now it's just crap, not pure crap. It's just crap. But don't. As long as you keep enjoying it, that is the main thing. Is you enjoy doing what you're doing, and it will come across. If you stop enjoying doing what you're doing, take a break and everything else. But it's one of the things. As much as I love Chris, and you know I've spoken with Chris, I've done shows with him and everything else. That big post that he came out with to be stepping away from reviewing and everything else. He maybe has his own personal reasons for doing it, but I just don't think that's needed. If somebody wants to take a step away, just step away. We don't make a big song and dance out of stepping away. In his instance, it's worked in a way that it's brought him back. He's come back again. He's not stepping away now. That's just me being a.
It was more like an update, so people didn't sort of like the few subscribers that I've got have thought, well, you know, she's one of these fly by night, put out a couple of reviews, not seen her for God knows how many weeks, and now, well, what's the point in continuing to sort of sub and watch? But
that was the thing. You did it as part of your videos and everything else. It wasn't a big song and dance. No, it wasn't like you didn't make a big song and dance of it at the time, whenever you stepped away and everything else, and real life always does. Real life always does take over what we do as a hobby, and it is. Just keep that in mind. It is a hobby.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Smurf.
Welcome back, Smurf. Did you smash a few more cabinets?
I just thinking we've got quite a few demolitions experts in here. Smurf's in, he likes to trash vape shops, and Bill, he likes to destroy vapor expos. And then there's Mo. Only Mo could go to expo and have a bathroom wall fall on him.
Yeah. So, you know, if you need anything, if you need any extensions doing, or any sort of needing a wall knocked out, you can call on Bill, you can call on Mo or Smurf. They'll come well equipped to demolish some things.
Yeah, we've got our very own demolition squad in here. It's great.
That was so funny at Expo, seeing Bill sit down, sitting on the floor, because we're all sat in this area, sat on the floor and just went straight through 2 partitions.
Yep.
Unreal.
Yeah. Oh, that was hilariously funny though.
That'll be your next experience.
There you go. The funny thing is, Mo is actually a builder by trade.
Anyone needs free juice, I'm your guy.
Jesus, sinner!
Andy's currently subbed to 129 channels.
Yeah, Andy spends way too much time on YouTube. I think he needs to get out more. But I'm the same. I think I'm subscribed to about 108.
I don't know how many I've subscribed to, and it's lots.
I know I removed a lot off mine. So that I was subscribed to probably about 200 channels, but I have removed quite a lot of them.
YouTube's the best thing for work because you can just kill so many hours on nights.
I've taken to watching a lot of channels on Twitch now since we moved the show over to there. I always had a Twitch account, but it wasn't something that I ever really went on to very often, unless Chris was maybe streaming or something like that. But I've started watching a lot of different channels on Twitch now. It's not just all about gaming. There's so many other things on there. It's like if you're into like a lot of crafters and stuff like that. I used to make my own jewellery and stuff, so I'd be into sort of crafting and things. I've started watching quite a few of the channels that do that as well. Yeah, there's some really good content on there.
Yeah.
Well, I've just got a message through, and do you know why a certain person was going about lasagna earlier?
Yeah. I take it she sent you a photo.
Nice.
Aye. Michelle, I hate you. I'm hungry now.
Look at the size of it.
Jesus. I say, well, you can tell her I'm hungry now. Thank you.
And I got a message from a certain other person who used to I messaged him this morning that used to come on here quite a bit as well. Purple Lady Vapor.
Oh right, is Megan still alive then?
Yeah, I sent her a message and asked her how she was and how things at home. She's okay at the minute, but her mum's not really any better.
Oh shit.
Saying that on camera, but just letting the people know, because that's another person that just sort of came onto the vape scene with a bit of a bang. But we used to have her on here quite regularly. Was Megan Purple Lady
She used to
Vapor.
be a part of the bitches as well.
And she was part of the bitches, but she had to step away because of personal life and everything else. But she's still out there in the background, and just things at home aren't getting any easier for her at the moment. So
yeah, I have to admit I miss Megan. I spent a lot of time talking to Megan on VC and whatnot, and I do miss her. I miss our random late night chats.
And she was an absolute pisshead.
Only at Expo.
She would love your bar. She would just be needed.
It's finding the balance because it is so time consuming. It's not just the review. Recording the review isn't so bad. It's like the whole editing and all the rest of it. It's you've got to find the balance.
Yeah, well that's one of the reasons why I never started reviewing, because I'd be shy at it, but I just I'm happy enough just doing live shows. That's
yeah.
It took a hell of a lot for me to even sit in front of a webcam in the first place. I get terrible stage fright basically before I go on. I'd be throwing up and everything. Once I get going, I'm all right. It's just that build up to it beforehand. Just yeah.
I'm crap at doing all this. Like I'm not that great at doing reviews either. But it's because I enjoy doing it, and also because I know it annoys Saintly when I do a live or I do a video. It does annoy, and that's just what's in my head. It just annoys Saintly. But Megan the Fish. But I enjoy doing these live shows, but my work at times it really does get in the way of it. And at the end of the day, if it didn't work, then I probably could stick loads and loads and loads of videos out and everything else. But I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I enjoy doing the live shows.
And Sinner says he'd be banned from YouTube if he started reviewing. Broken his FA on me.
Yeah, Sinner, that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, knowing what you're like.
Oh, and Michelle says she's none left.
Aye. Well, no doubt knowing you'll be talking to her later anyway, so you can tell her thanks, it was lovely.
What do you mean, no doubt knowing me? I really need to start remembering to bring my glasses in.
Yeah. No point you having them if you don't bloody use them.
And talking about food, I am getting rather hungry, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to go
well,
bed
it's
now.
just gone 6, so I think we'll maybe call it there. So we've done
So-
3.5 hours, so we've done all right.
Sam, any words from yourself? Some guests first.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for all the subs I've got, and keep watching the channel. There will be more content coming out. It is a slow grower, and I won't be uploading like ridiculous amounts of content on a daily basis, shall we say. However,
Good.
yeah, I'm enjoying it and
Wonderful.
stick with it. But yeah, thank you for watching. And thanks for all the lovely comments in chat.
Thank you for going on. Bunny?
Yeah, thank you everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Big thanks to Chris and Ems for hopping on for a bit, and for Dwayne as well, and yourself of course, Sam. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
You lot out there, you're the reason why we do this. So yeah, thanks for putting up with us for the last 3.5 hours. And Roy, as ever, thank you for hosting.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, so
And
happy
don't let me
days.
saying thank you to everybody, because Bunny said thank you to everybody that needs to be there.
You never know. We might even be on again next week, folks.
Yeah.
You never know.
Oh, hopefully the Sunday when the Wednesday night when the minutes is my big problem because of
Yeah, it's
employment
well
at
up in
work.
the air, that one.
But there's that many shows now on a Wednesday night with Chris doing his and everything else. I'm not too worried about that. But the Sunday afternoon shows I really enjoy doing, so hopefully it'll keep coming. And as for me personally, with my own channel, Roy's Reviews, hopefully within the next if things plan out the way that I'm hoping, there'll be big changes coming to it in the near future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give too
Yeah,
much
so
away
stay
on it,
tuned, folks. If you want to know what's going on, you're just going to have to subscribe and tune in.
which also means there could be changes coming to Vape Lounge NI as well. But look at Bunny's face, she doesn't know.
Yeah, considering this is, partly my
I know.
baby too,
I know.
it would be nice to be clued in.
I know, but I haven't said it because I don't know. There's things are all up in the air, and
I take it it's just ideas at the minute.
It's just ideas, but things are also up in the air and everything else, and I would just rather have things in place before, just in case there's delays or something else happens. But yeah. What, can I do this next week? Yeah, no, unfortunately, yes. Right, folks. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're watching this live. Take care now.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
And Bunny,
What?
you can't say it.
What, pish flaps?
No,
Damn it! Why can I not say pish flaps?
don't say it. No, you can't say that.
Why not?
Bunny your tits.
Can we ask, is there anything wrong with Vic's scrotum?
No.
Damn it.
You can't ask if there's something wrong with Vic's scrotum. You're not allowed to do that either.
Oh, shite. You always spoil my fun.
I know. Sorry.